did a bit more research this week.
Okay.
Found a good story out about a monkey.
Right.
Tell us about this monkey, Karl.
You're going to love this one, Steve,
Go on.
right? Yeah, so last week we were talking about how, like, a lad left his family because there was problems at home and that. He went and lived in the wood, he got airy. Right?
Yes.
No.
Leave it there, Rick. We haven't got time to go into
Right,
it.
so...
That's what happened.
And that's what happened. He lived with the monkeys, he went airy.
That's
Anyway,
what happened. That's what happened.
looked into some other stuff about, like, airy kids and all that.
Yeah.
Came across this story about a bloke, right, who worked in a zoo,
Oh, dear.
right? So...
Trouble's brewing.
loving his job and that, but it's quite a lonely sort of job because you don't see many people, you're just dealing with animals all the time, right? So, anyway, he gets a bit pally with a monkey because it's the closest thing to a human.
Well, an ape is.
Right.
Yeah, but you can't really go that close to apes.
Well,
They're dangerous.
what do you mean? What type was it? Do you
Just
mean it was
let
a
him tell the
Was it
story.
a chimpanzee?
I reckon it was a chimp, yeah. Yeah, it
Oh,
was
you
a
don't
chimp.
even know,
It
so
was
it's
a
an
chimp.
ape.
It was a
Okay.
chimp. Yeah, but it doesn't matter, does
So
it?
he
It's the
gets
story.
pally with him.
Right, so he gets pally with
Or
him.
do they go on
and
holiday together?
well, no, I mean, it starts
On the
off
pool together.
starts off just checking each other out and, you know, probably sharing lunch and that together.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, this goes on for a while. Is, you know, they're getting on well and that. And then after a while, right, the monkey starts sort of imitating him a bit more and sort of walking upright,
Oh, God.
Yeah.
right? So he thinks, oh, that's a bit weird. Anyway, they get on really better and what have you. So he thinks he could live at home with me, this,
Yes.
because we're getting on the storm,
Yeah.
right? So he takes him home, and before
Is
you
this
know
the
it,
beginning of Beneath the Planet of the Apes? I think it is. I think you've seen this on video.
I'm worried, because he's already imitating him and they're moving in together. I'm thinking it's maybe a bit like Single White Female. Single White Zookeeper.
Oh, brilliant.
right? So
Go on.
anyway, so it's moving in, and it's getting used to sort of the normal human life. It's having a cup of tea in the morning.
Yeah. Pinky tips.
As a it finishes the day off with
Oh, dear.
Finish the day off with what?
He
with
does,
a
he doesn't
little
have to
brandy.
move a piano at one point,
He
does he?
finishes the day off with a little brandy.
yeah.
He pours himself a... Is he wearing a smoking jacket?
You, I'll tell you what, Carl, you're
Listen,
a maniac,
listen,
mate.
no, this is why it attracted me. It's amazing, right? So he's having his brandy and that, loving his life. Next thing you know, he sort of I don't know if he loses it or he gets shaved, but the top half of his body is
Becomes
hairless,
hairless.
right? Apart from his head, right? So he's got a
Right,
nice.
so
got a
it's the
head.
opposite of the kid.
Well, no,
Yeah,
this is what
well,
I'm saying.
that would happen.
Right?
Well, hang on, but so you don't know if
You
he
don't
was
even
shaved
know.
or if it
How
was
did it say? Then the hairless. What?
I'll bring it in for you, the story, and then you
All right,
can
well,
see if
okay,
I've gone
keep
wrong.
going, keep
so
going.
anyway, so
Wow.
so this is going on, and he's having a great life. Then the zookeeper starts getting a bit annoyed because he's having a better life than the zookeeper. The zookeeper's in the
This
zoo.
is such
So the
rubbish.
zookeeper's still got to do a day's work. The monkey's at home, he's partying,
Well,
he's
it
got
gets
his
to a
other
point when he
chipmates
says
round.
there's no point you coming in to the zoo because the whole reason of you being there was because you're being kept there.
Right.
And he didn't want to bring the memories back, so he said, you stay at home. So
You are you're talking such.
Just let him finish.
God, I don't know if I can sit here and listen to this drivel.
Let me... I'm fascinated.
it's
It
nearly
sounds
over anyway,
amazing.
right?
It sounds extraordinary, Carl.
So he's walking up, right? He's having a tea in the morning, finishing the day off with brandy. Gets a bit out of hand. Only tries it on with the zookeeper's wife.
Make him go away, Steve.
How does he do that?
Well, because he's around humans a lot, he becomes a bit of a charmer. And
But what is it that he could do to seduce her? Pick fleas out of her?
he didn't say.
He's
but
built. He was built.
Yeah, it's well done.
so what
Listen.
about that?
What do you mean? What about it, Carl? It's obviously not true. It's obviously not true.
This wasn't on the internet. This was in a book. So it's not a quick joke and just put it on a website. This is in a book.
I don't understand how the
I
monkey...
love that he becomes a charmer. He's got better taste in brandy.
Exactly.
And he, that
What
is-
was it that he was doing that seduced her?
I don't know. Maybe because he was at home more than the zookeeper was.
But what would he be doing,
I
Carl?
love the fact that-
He's not going to be talking with her. They're not going to be playing like Trivia Pursuit.
Maybe she liked the silent type. It didn't go into that. It just said that's when the trouble started.
Carl. I don't think there's a week gone where we haven't mentioned an airy kid.
A hairy child,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah. And some related to a monkey and that. And I thought you could do a regular thing where he's got to come up with a story about an ape or a monkey. And it's called Chimpanzee That. Should we do a jingle?
Well, do a little jingle for us then.
Oh, chimpanzee that!
Brilliant. That's great.
Right.
So I look forward to that every week.
Yeah.
And what's
Go on,
your
is there
interesting
interesting
chimp
fact?
fact?
Right, it's about this monkey ages ago.
Of course.
Don't know where it happened.
17th century?
I think it was a chimp.
Right.
Got caught having a fag. Do you know it?
What do you mean, do I know it? Oh, narrow it down. Those are chimps are caught with woodbines.
Right, it was
Got
having
caught having a fag.
so it was sent to court, and
Was it underage?
it was.
And it got someone to go into the newsagent for him.
Did he get a bigger gorilla
Yeah,
to
got
go
a
into the
bigger
news
gorilla.
to get 20 Rothmans?
It ended up doing time because it was.
Go
so
back a minute.
inconvenient.
Wait a minute.
What I mean-
Whoa.
No,
Whoa.
I don't know. That's as much as I know. So there's no point questioning.
That is as much as you know, isn't it? Quite literally.
Sorry, but why did he go to prison?
It's against the law to have a monkey having a fag wherever it was.
In a built-up area. What are you talking about? It's against the law for a monkey to have a fag. What if it got it himself? Even if it just... What about if it earned it himself, just like moving tyres round or mucking out
honestly.
the zebras?
I don't know the full story. That's
You don't know the full story, do you?
But do you think?
You never do,
Because I
do you?
presume it was a monkey from a zoo, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be fed up, though? Because in a way, it's home from home, isn't it? When I read it, I didn't think it was that bad because I just
Carl,
thought, well,
they don't put monkeys in prison.
They didn't put the monkey in a prison.
They're overcrowded. They haven't got the space.
Well, I'll find it and give you the where I got it from, and you
Chopper Harris was furious because the monkey got the top bunk.
Yeah.
can I just
And
read
he did. Okay, then. Oh, chimpanzee that. Another one next week.
I don't think so. What I've found is found out like a lot of monkeys' names. Like that's how I found out about Oliver.
Yeah.
What do you mean you found out a lot of monkeys' names?
Well, there's a lot of monkeys out there, and you think they're just called monkey and what have you, but they're all given names, right? So this one that I found about, bit of a weird name anyway. It's actually called Crap. Its name, right? And
So they're not born with those names. It's not like their parents give them those names. You know, they're just chimps. Yeah.
Well, this one, right? And
It's called crap.
yeah, I know. Right, but do you know what it's famous for?
What crap?
Yeah,
No.
Go on.
Is it involved with this show?
it the first monkey to have its name tattooed on its head.
Yeah, again, I will say not by choice. There is no way that a chimp would go down to Camden Lock and go, are you a registered tattooist? I am, yes. Yeah, it's the cleanest, yeah. Go, okay,
Can I have a look through your book?
Can I have a look through your book? I'm looking for something quite gothic, but, I'd like, you know, what's your name? Crap. Oh, I'm not sure I can do that because you're not drunk, are you? I haven't had a drink. I haven't had a drink. I've had some umbongo, and that's all. But no. What are you talking about? The first monkey to have its name tattooed on its head. What are you talking about,
There's got
Karl?
to be more information. Don't tell me you're leaving it there. There's got to be more information.
That was it, and then I read it thinking, well, that's weird because that means there's loads of monkeys with tattoos on their head. If that's the first one,
No, it could be still the only
The
one.
first and only.
yeah, but would they report that?
You haven't
What do you
given
mean, would they report it? This isn't the Washington Post you're reading. This is mentalists who do websites about themselves every day.
What? There's got to be a third
Why is
act
that
to that
news?
story.
Why is that news? How did you come across that?
Well, you
First nut monkey with tattoo head, I mean, what are you talking about?
But why did it have its name tattooed on its head?
No, it didn't say that. I mean, yeah, I know it's mad, but it didn't say why.
Was that enough for you, though? Did you feel satisfied having read that? Did you not have other
I mean,
questions?
there's no way that is in the Guinness Book of Records. There's no way that is cited in the Guinness Book of
I
Records.
just read it as like, what a weird name for a monkey, and then, ooh, you won't have that on your head.
What would be a good name for a monkey?
I don't know, anything but that, really.
Yeah.
Dave.
Ted. But what do you think of that then?
Well, I don't know what to think about it, 'cause I don't know what you're telling me. I don't know that that's news. I don't know that it's true. I mean, I don't know where to start with that. Is that all you found? You found something about a
No, I'll
monkey?
tell you, right, when I was searching for stuff on monkeys, right,
Yeah,
I was searching around like I always do, finding information, right,
yeah.
and found out, are you aware of the Iceman?
The Iceman?
Yeah.
Go on.
right? And to me, the monkey thing was more
What's the Iceman? Oh, the man that was found in the ice.
to your
A Neanderthal man.
Right, yeah. Ricky, do you know
Not a
about
monkey,
the Iceman? No, I know, but I just was looking at, like, info.
Right.
The
Sort of thing.
5,000-year-old fella who was preserved in a glacier. That one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you find that more fascinating than the monkey?
Well, I know that it's true.
Yeah, it is true, but do you find it more fascinating?
Well, simply because it's true, I find it more fascinating. I can't act on some. If someone anything's that's true is more fascinating.
But you see, what I get from the monkey thing, you
Yeah.
go, oh, I wonder if it was happy about that, and
But you accept it straight away. You accept that that is true and interesting, and I don't know what that is. I mean, to me, it sounds like a bit of cruelty towards animals.
yeah. You know,
Because
it's right.
I mean, if that's true, it's disgusting to tattoo a monkey's head. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no way. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't do it. If a monkey, if they reported that a monkey went in and got a tattoo and chose it itself and then was riding a Harley Davidson down Camden, I'd go, that is incredible. But I'd really want to see it on the news, and it mustn't be anywhere near the 1st of April. You know what I mean?
I think you've just blown next week's.
Oh, chimpanzee that!
Right. I don't know how recent this was,
Oh, God. 17th century?
but it happened in Hackney, right? If you're outside London, that's in a place in London. And it's this monkey that's going about Hackney, nicking DVDs.
Even the monkey didn't go for videos. Even the monkey knew. Well, there's no point in getting on VHS.
The gradual on VHS.
You're having a threw it back.
Right, and there's a girl called Lisa who works in our office here, right, and I mentioned it to her because she lives in Hackney. I said, you familiar with this? And she said, oh, I remember something about it, which annoyed me. The fact that a monkey's running riot, but she didn't know the full story, and she lives there.
What do you mean a monkey? Do you mean a chimpanzee or a monkey?
I don't know, is there a zoo in Hackney? Is there a zoo there? I don't know what sort it was, but it was like...
Is there a zoo in Hackney?
I don't know, that's what I was asking. So,
Right, get on with the story.
So anyway, yeah, it's been robbing stuff, and the other bit that really puzzled me, right, is the fact that
And you're not easily puzzled by monkey news.
they took fingerprints. What do you think about that?
Well, they took fingerprints, presumably because they didn't know it was a monkey to start with.
No, they did. They saw it, nicking stuff, and they said, get fingerprints. So that means there's more than just one doing it.
I'm gonna have a heart
He had to fax them to Interpol.
Yeah. We know that is. Yeah. It's Brian the monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I
that's-
don't understand. He was stealing DVDs, specifically DVDs.
DVDs, I think it said watches and stuff.
What, breaking into homes?
Yeah, in Hackney. Maybe.
Are you sure it wasn't a kid with a mask on?
No, seriously.
How was he breaking into homes?
They go
Up the drain pipe. They're good, aren't they? They're good, aren't they?
But how would they do
So
that?
is that the news?
Well, how much do you want
Is that monkey news?
for this week?
Well, I don't know that it's true. Again, I've got nothing to...
There was other stuff. There was another story that I found about a monkey, but I would like to know from someone if in Hackney if... Do you know what I mean? And I missed that one on Crime Watch, which would have been good. Right? But there was another story about one that kept getting on buses, not paying its fare,
Not it's
and just sat in a corner reading the paper.
reading the paper, Carl. You're an idiot.
But that wasn't in London.
You're an idiot.
That was in America.
It wouldn't read the
somewhere.
paper. Why would it read the paper?
Because it was its way of sort of going, oh, well, if I'm reading something, maybe the inspector...
The inspector will notice my hairy hands.
There's a monkey in India, right, on a railway station, waiting for the train. Oh, don't mess about, because I've got to get through it quick. There's monkeys sat there, and this robber nicks somebody's handbag or something, goes running off down the platform, the police are chasing him, monkey steps in, trips the fella up, pins him down, police come and arrest the fella. Monkeys that can talk,
Yeah.
they've worked out, they've got about 534 different words that they're using to, like, have a chat about stuff.
More than you.
Yeah, what did they chat about then?
Just, you know, things that monkeys are worrying about. Just, you know, where do you get that from? You know.
Who does your hair?
You going out with her again, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Sorry, you can't just leave that.
No. I'm just intrigued. I'm just intrigued to know what else. Is there any?
No, I mean that.
Were they
was-
discussing the humanity? Did you see that program on Channel 5?
Yeah.
He can walk upright.
Yeah.
was good,
But
yeah.
I mean,
Did you
what
see
do
how
mean?
well
Do you
hung
mean
he
they
was?
taught them? They taught themselves this language?
Yeah.
Where is this? In the wild, is this? Is it? Not sign language,
It's
but
in some jungle somewhere. They found these monkeys. He heard some explorer was over there, cutting through the woods and that.
and he heard his name,
Heard
and he
some-
thought, "That's what he went. What do you want, Ronnie?" He went, "It wasn't me. I didn't say. I didn't say. Oh, Snodgrass. Where'd you get that gun?"
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's only me and you here.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
No.
Right, we've done quite a lot of good stuff. The one that sort of kicked up most of the fuss was probably Ollie the monkey.
I love the fact that they're all monkeys. He's a chimpanzee.
Wow.
It's an ape.
Well, today, right, we're looking at one that's it's called Coco.
Oh yeah, the sign language one.
Well, what I've read about him is he speaks, right? Highly educated.
Yeah.
Photographer.
Carl!
Right?
I love the fact that when he gets a gifted ape, he has to look up to him. He realises that he is superior. I love that. Oh.
And he also likes going on computer chat rooms.
I can't take this anymore, Steve. I'm gonna be sick. Oh, God.
Which, right, that's pretty amazing.
You know, if an infinite number of monkeys are in an infinite number of chat rooms, they'll eventually type, which is your favourite episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Exactly, yeah. Carl Pilkington, you're an idiot.
But the thing is, right, you're saying about the infinite thing again, about monkeys, if you put them in a room with a typewriter, they'll come up with Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I'd sort of agree with that, right, with monkeys who can't do other stuff, but this one I reckon's going to be busy taking pictures and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I think monkeys that are boring,
Is there a boring monkey? Would you ever have a chimp and you'd go, Suzanne would go, I've got your birthday present. And it's a chimp fella. He's about a sort of like a middle-aged chimp.
no, I'd love it. I'm talking
Would
on
you ever
behalf of
go,
the-
I'll tell you what, Suzanne, that one's boring.
No, but I bet the monkey would get bored, I mean. Do you know what I mean? The monkey would be bored. I'd be loving it. I'd love to have a little monkey, right? But what I'm saying is,
You really would, wouldn't you?
If
yeah,
you buy him a camera, he'd be happy again, wouldn't
well, yeah, but that's just it. You wouldn't get him it's like, if you can do other stuff, you don't want to do the boring stuff.
Forget the typing, forget the monkey's typing. Talk about this monkey that's a photographer.
No,
what
but
you
we
talk-
are in a way. I'm just saying that would be happier. Monkeys that have got nothing else to do, if they can't take pictures and that, and they can't go on chat rooms,
he? They're happy to sit in a room typing away for
Typing away.
infinity, yeah.
do you know what I mean?
But he's got maybe a little exhibition to put on.
do you think...
Do you know that most chimps and apes and monkeys still actually just live in trees? These are in laboratories and zoos and things. You know that's not the norm. These monkeys
Yeah.
walking around sort of chatting and riding bikes.
Yeah.
You know, that's not natural.
Exactly.
No, I know, but it's...
If you left a bike in the jungle and then came back a few years later, there wouldn't be monkeys riding around on it. And a book. If you left a bike with a book in the basket, right, and you went away for 10 years and you came back, there wouldn't be a whole new transport system and schools.
No.
They'd eat it. They'd throw it round and eat it.
Alright then, so what you're saying is you can't... You see, what I think is, right, and don't take this the wrong way in that, right, Stephen Hawking,
Yes.
right, now he had a bad illness. Now, I wonder if he'd be... I wonder if he'd be as bright as he is if he didn't have that.
Right.
Because he's had time to sit down, he's like, well, what can I do?
Yeah.
They've gone give him a book. And he read it. I like that. Give us another one.
Yes.
He's got a lot of time on his hands.
Yes.
Now, what I'm saying is, monkeys... Yeah,
Right.
This one here, Coco, which I think was a gorilla,
Right.
right? That wouldn't have been happy on a little keyboard, just doing that all
Typing
day,
away.
because it'd be going, well, I could be out taking pictures.
Sure.
Ooh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
There's been quite a lot of stuff going on. There was a few bits in that Guinness Book of Records book that cost me 20 quid.
Yeah, well, that's not news, is it? They printed that probably last September.
No,
so that's
there's one in there.
new music, new monkey news from last September.
You're a lord.
Come on.
Waster.
Please, Ricky. Monkey news.
Right, there was this monkey in a zoo in Brazil,
Right.
right? And this little man monkey, little woman monkey, and
You're a scientist, aren't you? Go on.
and they said the people in charge were like, "Oh, wouldn't it be good if they had kids?"
Brilliant.
Right. So anyway, the chimps used to stand sort of, you know, they'd have the little caves each, and they used to sort of lean on the fence, having a bit of a chat and stuff with each other. Right? Well, you know,
Just gossiping, yeah, gossiping.
the equivalent sort of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, they were getting on a storm, and like the zookeepers were like,
Can you hear that cheapest chimps this week? I thought it was fascinating. Yeah, just gossiping, I understand.
What's any monkey news? I don't know, let's tune in.
What was monkey news this week?
Come on. It was from last September.
so they were stood there having a chat, and the zookeepers were like, I wonder if they're ever going to, you know, have kids and that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it went on for ages, you know, this just chatting, no sort of action.
Blimey.
So what the zookeepers did was, they said, I know, they'll have kids.
Are we letting that go? They were just chatting. Are we just letting that go?
We're letting it
You know
go.
what I mean? I mean, just doing whatever monkeys do.
Okay.
Right? So, so the zookeepers were like, yeah, I wonder when they're gonna, you know, have some kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, what they decided to do, to sort of do to egg them on,
Yeah.
bought one of them a suit, one a wedding dress.
Right.
Keep going!
No, I'm not having it.
Shut up, Gervais. Fade him down if he's going to interrupt. I want to hear the rest of this.
They got married.
So they
and,
got married?
Yeah, they got married.
Right.
What? That's the end of it.
That's
This is why I don't. Right. That's the end of monkey news. Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
I love the jingle.
right. Well,
Can we play that jingle once more?
Yeah.
let me cue it up.
So, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Got a lot to live up to now.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you, often that jingle is more fun than the monkey news.
Wow.
So you've got to excel yourself this week.
Well, it's there's been a lot going on.
In the monkey world.
Yeah, I was looking at the Guinness Book of Records that we bought last week.
What you bought?
What that I bought.
Is it still wet?
I was cleaning the tea off it. I was having a little read through, and there was some monkey stuff in there. There was this isn't the actual story. I'm just telling you
Yeah.
what,
Just
what it's like looking up monkey news all week.
It's like behind the scenes. It's like the making of Monkey News, which is actually available on DVD.
Exactly.
It's 12 minutes unseen footage, just the making of Monkey News, which is my favourite bit in a way. If you enjoy Monkey News, see how it happens. See, you know, from conception to
It's all put together.
yeah. Go on. Yeah. What's a typical Monkey News day?
Well, there was some stuff about a monkey in the Guinness Book of Records. I think it had the record for asking for a cup of coffee in 23 different ways.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what.
Now, what it is this monkey, right?
Yeah.
Don't know where it was. But there's a bit before the monkey, anyway, right?
Jeez.
Is this? No, listen.
Shoot me.
Right? It's a bank. There's this bank, right? Busy bank. Normal day, everything's going normal, right? Busy bank, people going in, doing what they do, seeing about mortgages and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's normal, everyone's happy, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, it's quite busy one day. Fella comes in with a gun and a balaclava on.
Up to no good.
Right, I'll tell you now, Karl. If this fella turns out to be any ape or monkey-related species, you're never doing this again. You're never. So just if you want to finish it, it's at your own risk. But if this fella who robbed the bank turns out to be a chimpanzee, that's the end of Monkey News.
All right.
Okay, let's hear the end. It's a lovely day in a lovely bank. Everyone's happy.
Everything's normal.
A man comes in the balaclava.
Man comes in.
Is it a man?
Starts waving a gun around.
Shut up, Rick. Let him finish the story.
Starts waving a gun around.
Yeah.
Right.
Up to no good.
So everyone's thinking, oh God, you know, wish he didn't come in here. It's not going to be a good day. all
How
the
tall
rest
is
of
the
it.
man?
Shut up. Let's hear it.
Everything, you know, oh God, and he's telling everyone to get down on the floor.
Yep.
In
Everyone's
what? In
thinking-
English? In English?
Yeah.
In
Think
English.
so.
Yeah.
So everyone's panicking, everyone's getting on the floor thinking this is it, this is, you know, it's all over.
Yeah.
Just when you think, you know,
It couldn't
it's all
be
bad
any worse.
news,
Yeah.
it's all bad news. Doors swing open. Little monkey wanders in.
God, it's worse.
Shut up, Rick.
Little monkey wanders in, right? The robber's like, what's going on here? He's telling it to get down on the floor. I don't think it was taking any notice.
No,
right?
it was just busy asking for coffee.
It runs in. I don't know if it was going to withdraw or deposit or whatever. It wanders in, right? Goes up to the robber.
Where did it come from?
Shut up! Will you let him finish the story and then ask questions? That's only fair.
Okay.
Wanders in. Runs up to the fellow with the gun. Takes the gun and the bag of money off him. Everyone's like, "Yay! You know, we've been saved." Then the monkey starts backing out with the gun and the money.
Shut up!
see you later.
Sit down and
I'm not having this.
And
Here's the end of the story.
It does a runner with the money and the gun. No one's seen it since.
You are an idiot. I mean, you have said some stupid things in your time. What are you talking about?
It's a story that happened.
No! What are you talking about? What do you mean it backed out? It came in, was it an accomplice? Was it an opportunist monkey robbery? What are you talking? Think, Karl! Think!
I know it's mad. That's the idea of Monkey News. We're telling people how monkeys are pretty, you know, they're mental.
They're up to no good.
What do you think? They've never seen the monkey since. What, did he have a getaway car waiting? Did he swing his way to freedom? Where was this? There's no details. Don't talk rubbish.
Oh, chimpanzee, that Monkey News.
Brilliant.
Right?
Right, before I went away, I told you about Alfred. He was the monkey where there was a robbery going on in a bank.
And then he nicked the robber's loot and backed out with a gun.
Yeah,
He sort of stole. He robbed the robber, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he take his gun as well?
He
Did
took the weapons. He took all the weapons. There was like a couple of robbers. He managed, because they were so amazed that a monkey was coming in. It was like,
Don't talk shite twice.
Right.
Anyway,
got a follow up to that.
okay. Now, what was that monkey's name?
Alfred.
That was Alfred.
So anyway, because a lot of people wanted to know, well, you know, what did he do? Did he go off and have a holiday? Did he? No. Right, so the follow up is, what happened is the monkey had the guns, had the cash, which was $250,000.
Sure.
Right. It went back to the zoo. Right.
Right, Karl, you're talking shit.
Ricky, I get angry with you when you won't let him finish his monkey news.
Right.
Can we just get out the official
Imagine
thing?
if people were interrupting Trevor McDonald. It wouldn't happen.
I want to make sure I don't get anything wrong.
No, of course not.
So check the internet.
So, the monkey goes back to the zoo, right, where all the zookeepers come out and go, get him, he's got the guns.
Yeah.
He hands out a couple of guns to his mates.
What? His monkey mates?
His monkey mates, so they've all got a couple of guns each.
Oh, Karl, Steve, I can't, mate. I cannot
Just
stand it. Honestly, I want to scream.
Please, I really get annoyed with you.
They tried to do him a deal. They said, how about if...
I'm going, tell him that. I'm not going. Now I can't.
Step out for a moment.
Okay, we'll just do it.
Look, don't listen, step out and I'll paraphrase what I hear for you when you come back in. Step out. Now, please, I need to hear the end of this. This is monkey news. This is important stuff.
Right.
Right, Ricky now has left the room. He cannot bear to hear, which is surprising to me.
Right, so anyway, so yeah, they've got the money, and they say to the zookeepers, how about, we'll give you some cash?
Yes.
And they go,
Sorry, hang on. Sorry, the zookeeper said that to the monkeys.
yeah.
Right.
No, the monkeys who have got the £250,000
Right.
say to the zookeepers, we'll sort you some money out if you let us go.
Sorry,
Right.
the monkeys say to the zookeepers, we'll give you some money.
Yeah.
You don't see any problem with that?
Right, listen.
Okay.
It's nearly finished.
Right, I'm listening out there. This is ridiculous. What do you mean the monkeys say? What do you mean the monkeys say to the zookeeper?
They were probably holding the money out, like, kind of going, look, you know, we'll do your deal.
Right, okay, come on.
And what happened is, I think they were happy with that. I think they left, and that was that. They wanted to get out of the zoo because they didn't like it in there. There's the thing.
Right, I don't...
Just have a look.
Right, Karl, think. Right, how did they get out in the first place, this one?
Just let Steve have a...
So why did he go... So he went and robbed... He thought... what, he knew there was going to be a robbery that day, did he?
He might have been getting some money before they went to escape, and then that happened, and they had more money. They might have been withdrawing some stuff out.
What do you mean? No.
If he was planning on leaving the zoo, he's going to get his savings.
What are you talking about?
What have you read there, Steve?
I've got a feeling this is a review of one of the Planet of the Apes films. I think it's Escape from the Planet of the Apes. I'm not certain. It could be Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Right. There's this monkey. Right?
Oh yeah.
It's called Jack.
Yeah.
Right. I got pally with this bloke who worked in a railway station.
How? Pen pals?
I don't know. I didn't say all that. I'm
Internet,
just telling
internet.
you. I'm shortening
Chat
it.
rooms on the internet.
So, anyway, he's helping him out all the time. It's this fella's job, right, to, sort of make sure it's safe for the trains to come in, that sort of thing, right? But he's always working on his own, so he's got his mate Jack in with him, right, this little monkey.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're having a good time. They share lunch together and stuff like that. Anyway, it gets to a point when the fella whose job it is, right, starts getting old, and Jack, the monkey, starts getting more involved.
Presumably this is a chimpanzee as opposed to a monkey, you mean? When you say
it's,
monkey, it's generic term, you mean chimp usually, don't you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
So, you know, he's clocking the fella doing his job, and he's thinking, I can do this, right, the monkey.
I love it.
Yeah.
He's helping out, he's, pulling down the levers and stuff,
Yeah.
so the train's sort of coming on the right lines.
Sure, yeah.
He's
yeah.
clocking it, he sticks his head out the little window, see the train's coming and that,
I hope British Rand are listening.
Yeah.
right? In the end,
Oh yeah.
the fella whose job it is, he lost a leg for some reason, couldn't work anymore,
Lovely.
gave Jack the job.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
The railway company are happy with that. I'm sure they interviewed a number of people, but he was the best monkey for the job.
And that's good, isn't it?
Well, it's not true.
Right, once again.
Well, it's not true. Don't hand Steve a piece of paper that someone put on the internet who is probably a bigger mentalist than you. That's not proof. It's not true. At no point did a railway company give a chimpanzee the job of signalman.
It was ages ago.
What?
Steve, when was it? It was
Before trains, probably.
Well, it's in the 1880s.
Yeah.
According to this piece of paper, which is what you've based your monkey news on. Now, of course, I think ITN and a lot of the news channels, they tend to get lots of independent confirmation of their news before they give it out as fact. But you've got an email from someone, so let's assume that's real. It says, for this, Jack was officially put on the railway payroll, earning 2 cents per day and have half a bottle of beer on Saturday. That's what we pay you, isn't it, Karl?
He doesn't even get the beer. Oh, dear, he's not allowed to drink, are you?
Someone emailed in, actually, and said, Karl, some years ago, did you die? And they took your face and transplanted it onto that of a chimpanzee. It would make a lot of sense.
I've never seen you. He always has t-shirts right done up and long sleeve. I bet he's hairy under there.
Yeah.
I bet you are hairy because you have to shave right up to your eyes. You're one of them, aren't you? And I can see the growth, and it comes out the top there. Are you really hairy underneath?
Pretty hairy.
Are you really?
Well, what's up with that?
You're a humanzee, aren't you? That's why you're fascinated with them, and why your IQ is sort of about 80. I think you might be. I don't mean there was any. I think it was a genetic sort of throwback.
Well, you're pretty hairy. Look at your arms. Bit of monkey news that's been sent in.
Right.
Gareth in Catford.
Right.
Good work, Gary.
Basically, it's about this monkey
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in the jungle.
Yeah.
It's got a gig at an hairdresser's.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's got itself a nice little job going in an hairdresser's.
As what?
It gets people sitting down, and what it does before the people have their hair cut, that it sort of sits there, and it goes through people's hair, makes sure it's clean, and people are loving it.
Right,
People-
backtrack
So
slightly.
it's a pet monkey. It's nothing to do with it getting a gig in an hairdresser's. It's a pet monkey.
It's not working at Monkey and Guy.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it's in there. I think it might have started off as a job, and then
So what does it
put
say?
on-
It says junior £15, stylist £35, monkey £63.
So
Cut
I
and
didn't
blow
quite
dry.
follow. It's in the jungle.
It was wandering about.
Right.
And maybe it did
But
start
it
off.
looks good, its hair looks good. Someone thought, hang
Yeah,
on.
but never ever. You see, people make that mistake with hairdressers anyway. I always say, well, if the hairdresser's got a good haircut, go to where he's going,
Right.
right? Because that's what I thought when I read it about having a good haircut.
How often
right?
do you go to the hairdressers?
Well, not that much anymore,
Sure.
but I used to always think that.
Yeah.
You used to go to a bloke who told me had his shack on a railway bridge that used to shake when a train went over.
Yeah.
Because it was £2.
Yeah, but before that, I've never had that much luck with hairdressers. Before that was another place, and it was run by sort of, you know, these sort of wannabe gangster type people.
Oh yeah.
But they'd, you know, you'd go in
What
for
do you mean by
haircut.
wannabe gangsters?
Well, sort of just petty crime stuff. You'd go in for a haircut and then you'd walk out with a video recorder. Do you know what I mean?
You
You'd
don't
say-
have to take it.
No, but they'd sort of spend ages flogging you that whilst cutting your hair. It was their thing. It's like, right, sit down, you alright?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Something
know.
for the weekend? What are you thinking of? Maybe a Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when I stopped going there, because it was like, just want a haircut, I don't want to be hassled. by
Which
some-
one said that you had the hair of a Chinaman?
It's the fella who works in a railway station haircut.
Well, he should
saloon.
know. I mean, he's been around a bit, clearly, if he runs a shack next to a railway station.
So,
Can we just go back to Monkey News for
yeah,
a second?
so anyway, that's all, yeah.
I didn't quite follow why he's still his salon is in the jungle, or where is it?
No, he was doing what he does in the jungle, right?
Right.
He's walking about, he wanders into the hairdressers.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have him on, like, as a job straight away, he was just there.
He was
People
just
said,
training,
this is
yeah.
nice. He's sat there picking the nits and what have you.
Carl, I don't know where to start.
Then-
it's just it's the embellishment. You don't he walked from a jungle to an hairdresser's. I mean, you're an idiot. You really are an idiot. I'd love to see you try and get a job in an hairdresser if there was another monkey up for it. You'd never get a job.
So he was good at that. People said this is relaxing. Apparently he had really nice hands, soothing,
Yes.
right, on people's heads. They said, let's put him on the payroll. So
Let's put him on the payroll. What do you mean?
yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, this is the news item, is it? Customers are queuing up to have their hair done at a salon in the jungle
There you go.
by a monkey. Judy, a pig-tailed macaque, has a reputation as the best exterminator of head lice in Kane.
There you go.
She is so good, some customers fall asleep under her gentle touch. Regular Amporon Chakema said, Judy's hands are so soft and gentle, I really feel I can relax.
But you know that it's doing what it does naturally. It's looking for like salt and stuff in the hair
Yeah.
and nits. It's not on the payroll. It doesn't complain about when it gets deducted at national insurance.
It's not part of the union.
Yeah.
Right, we've got to be quick.
Go on,
But, this is something that was sent in to me ages ago, and I don't know why I hadn't done it yet, because it's brilliant. We were talking about monkeys typing, the Shakespeare theory and all that. Well, this is about a little monkey called Marty, right? Basically, it's in some science lab, right? It's in there. It was wandering about out of its cage, right? The lab fella was busy on the phone or something,
Yeah.
right? And
Typical.
it's wandering about. It goes up to a PC that's in the corner, a little computer, types down, "My name is Marty," right? So the fella got off the phone, saw this on the screen with the monkey sat there, says to his mate, "Have you done this?"
Right, hold on, Carl.
Let
Right.
him finish.
Oh.
Before you question, always let him finish.
I don't know what to do.
Time's against us, come on.
He
what
said,
to
"Have you done this?" He says, "Done what?" He said, "This on the screen here saying, 'My name's Marty,' right?" He goes, "What are you talking about?" As he's having an argument with his mate saying, "You're lying, you did it," monkey's sat there, typing, "This isn't a practical joke, my name is Marty."
Right, and that's the end of the story?
I'm not coming in next week.
I
think we need a week off. I actually think we need a week off.
It's doing a web chat or something. You can go online and have a chat with it.
The monkey's doing a web chat.
I don't know.
Has he got his own
Right,
website
Carl.
yet? His favourite Buffy the Vampire stuff here?
Have a look at that. Have a look at that.
Right. Do you believe that, Carl?
It's all there.
No, but do you believe it? Do you believe that monkey could type that and then say this is not a practical joke when he's still arguing?
Weird, isn't it? So, is that this little monkey?
Oh, yeah.
Who lives in Morocco.
Right, I'll just warn you now, you're on thin ice from last time, okay? So, make sure, is this real?
It's been
Don't say anything
emailed in.
stupid, think about it. As you're saying it, think to yourself, oh, is that true? Do monkeys do that? Do they think like that? So, go on then.
So anyway, yeah, so there's this magician in Morocco, right? He's got a little monkey working with him, right? The way it used to work, magician used to do his thing on stage, do a little bit of magic, people loved it. Then the monkey came out, had a little cap, walked around the crowd and stuff, got the money, had a good little team thing going on, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, the monkey's name was 86.
Right. Right.
Because back then there was so many monkeys, it was like, oh, what names, do you know what I mean, what names do you use, what do you do? So they just named them, right? So this little monkey...
What, he had 86 other monkeys? What?
No, it's just that because a lot of monkeys were sort of working back then, helping magicians out, you know, doing bits and pieces, busking, what have you.
Well, Rick, you know how there's so many...
Why would there be a confusion with that? If he only had one monkey, where's the confusion? People would go, oh, I'm not going to go and see that, I want to see 86, he's the better monkey. Do you know what I mean? What does it matter?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, why do they need... where was the confusion? With people going to the circus and going, what monkey are you going to go see tonight? I don't know. It wasn't a billing, was it, with a monkey?
But Rick, it's just the same with humans. You know, there's so many humans now that we can't give them names anymore.
Yeah,
they all
exactly.
have to have numbers.
Exactly, yeah, there's so many humans, you know, with 5 billion people, we can't give them names, it's impossible. But, you know, with a few monkeys
anyway, number
working...
122, go on.
So, anyway, there he is.
86.
86.
With his hat.
With his hat, walking around getting the money.
Yeah.
Anyway, the magician sort of, you know, thinking about moving on. Because in Morocco, he'd sort of done all the tourist traps.
Sure.
So he had a word with the monkey, said, how about we...
See?
No, let him continue.
Think.
He let him continue.
He didn't have a word with the monkey.
Let him continue.
So what do you think about going over to Spain?
Yes. Sure. So, the monkey was in agreement?
So he said, alright, go on then. Right, so they get in the car, and, like, the magician knew he'd have a bit of a problem on his hands, because you're not meant to take monkeys out of the country.
Yeah.
Right? So he thought, right, what I'll do, I'll get a car, right?
Right.
Stick the monkey in a boot, right? Get on the boat, and hopefully sort of, you know, stick it in some luggage and what have you.
Yeah.
We'll be over there, we'll be earning big money,
Sure.
everything's gonna be great. So the monkey was like, brilliant. So they get in the car, they're on the way to the boat, and pull over at a petrol station. And just before filling it up, he opens up the boot and he goes, "Yeah, all right," and then it's like, yeah, it's sound. So he leaves the boot open so it can breathe and get a bit of fresh air whilst it's filling up. Goes in to pay the money.
Yep.
Pays the money. Goes, I'm just paying for the.
Right, this monkey is not going to drive away in that car, or we're never doing this feature again.
Carl, what happens? What's number 86 up to?
So 86. So
That's the ending, isn't it? That's the story.
Come on, let Carl finish the story.
It better not be.
Brilliant. You're gonna love it. Right, so he's in the petrol station, and he's going, right, I'll pay for pump 4. And the fella says, what are you talking about,
Pump 4, isn't that a monkey? No. Sometimes I use numbers for monkeys, sometimes I use... No, I mean pump 4.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
he says, what are you talking about? There's no car at pump 4.
Right.
Keep going.
You
Sticks his head out of the door.
Yeah.
The monkey's giving it some. Went over to Spain on its own.
I don't know what to do.
Well, hang on, let's just get a couple of the facts right here.
Right, what do you mean, couple of the facts? Right, there are no facts.
So, number 86. Number 86 he drove to Spain.
You are, honestly, Carl, you must know.
It was an automatic.
Right.
How
Carl,
did
you must know that is shit. There is no way a monkey...
Mad, innit? That's the thing with
He
his
gets
feature, though.
stopped at customs.
It's mental.
How would he get through customs, Carl? Has he got a passport?
No, he was sneaking about because he didn't have a passport.
So he parked and then snuck through.
Do you want the facts?
Let me see it.
A little monkey, I think it lives in Asia, right? There's loads of them live in Asia.
Might just be travelling, but yeah.
And something I found out, I don't know if they've got it right, and that's why I want to bring it up. Apparently, it's the mammal, right, that's got sort of the pointiest eyes that pop out of their head. Steve. Now, the thing is, right, I thought that's interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently it's the biggest with the sort of goggle eye type thing.
Right, yeah, go on.
Apparently they come out of their head 1.6 centimetres.
1.6 centimetres? What, you mean they protrude?
Yeah. They protrude from the head at 1.6.
Okay.
What? How long?
Have you got a ruler, Rick? 1.6.
He's having a go.
I'd say I'd be a
I'm
little
having a
bit
go.
annoyed if the monkeys beat me.
Well, I don't think it has.
That's what I'm hoping.
Is there anything we can... I mean, what's 1.6? Oh, can you...
It's about...
Drop your trousers.
It's, about 3/4 of an inch.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Have they got it right, or what?
Maybe I should come down to Monkey World with you next week.
So anyway, so that's not the monkey news, that's just something that cropped up, and... Sure.
I do know once, when we were playing pool in the office, I think Lucy was your partner.
Yeah.
It was me and Ash versus you and Lucy, and you were having trouble because his glasses kept slipping down. So Lucy pushed his glasses up his nose, but the glasses touched his eye. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He started it.
Well, you're the one who joined in.
No, I know, and I feel bad now.
Yeah.
He makes me nervous when he goes, yeah. It's like, play a record.
No, I'm just trying to think about which part of your fat, middle-aged physique I can pick on.
The tits would be a good
Yeah,
start.
yeah.
Oh, the belly.
Sure.
Oh, what do you think of that?
Oh, that's... What is that?
Play a record.
Was that monkey news for this week?
Have we not got
What's
any
that? Is
other
that the
monkey
monkey
news?
news?
Well, it's just, it hasn't been that good. I mean, the one that I found out here, because we've covered so much in the monkey world, right? The fact that we've done a monkey that was a sort of half man, we've done a monkey that got a decent job in a train station. Can you think of any of the other?
Well, that's just some of the great monkey news from the past.
That's what I mean. So that's what you got to compete with. So even though this is quite amazing,
Just tell us.
another monkey's got married.
Oh, not another monkey getting married.
What do you mean?
It's got another one. You know, it was knocking about with some woman monkey for a bit.
A woman monkey.
They decided to, you know, get married.
Yeah.
They did.
What do you mean they decided to get married?
Was it pressure from her parents?
They had a good do, and
They could do. I love the spread. I love that. Peanut vol-au-vents.
Yeah.
celebrated in a pub, and then they both went off to the cage that night. That's what I mean. Even though that is quite impressive, because
It's not true. Or it's a joke. It's nothing. It's not.
on an over website, official sort of news website.
2 monkeys have married in Romania. After a whirlwind romance. Well, that's...
After a whirlwind romance.
God, yeah. Yeah, a quick one hanging onto the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was in the tyre.
Yeah.
He saw it.
Yeah.
He went, I'll have a go at that. They go, we got to marry her now.
Yeah.
Her parents came and said, did you just shove my
He was in
daughter
a zoo
tyre?"
knocking one off. She went, I can do that for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Guests say the monkey bridegroom was scared by the number of people attending the wedding and refused to get out of his cage. But his bride was,
Not bloody Hello Magazine again.
No, it was no. I think it was like last minute nerves.
Right,
like
right,
you know,
legit,
I'm
yeah,
single
second
now.
thoughts.
It's like you know, it's the big step.
Yeah.
But his bride enjoyed every minute of it. She was loving it.
Yeah,
she
sure,
looked lovely, by the
sure.
way. She looked lovely.
Yeah.
The
Did she look
newspaper
good?
Reports she only appeared to have problems with her veil and dress. Do you see? You know, this is. The guests
I hope they didn't ruin it like Anthea Turner and maybe get sort of sponsorship PG tips or something.
Totally, with strong plum brandy, so they got them drunk as well. So they carried on the celebrations at the pub, and the bride was taken to her new husband's cage at night. I really.
Yeah, so today's isn't that happy really. It's about some monkey. I think it was a chimp.
Who's an ape? Go on.
It tried to. I mean, the story sets off at a sort of a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's something about he went to Russia to do some business.
What are you talking about, Carl?
It jumped past that bit though. It didn't start there.
What?
Do you know what I mean? It didn't tell you what he was doing. It just said there's this monkey went to Russia
To do some business.
do some stuff.
I don't know.
Bit of monkey business. And anyway, didn't work out.
So they were furious. We wanted a surgeon. You send us a monkey.
Anyway, ended up being homeless.
Oh.
No,
So it's taken a turn for the worst.
What? Couldn't even get into like a tree hostel or anything like that.
That's the problem. And
God.
ended up homeless. Got in with some tramps.
I don't know where to start.
Come on.
Yeah, so he's knocking about with some tramps and stuff. you know, sharing drink and what have you around a little fire. They broke into some home, not sort of squatted.
Right, so
Into
not
the flat.
homeless anymore.
Problem was, he had a roof over his little area he had,
Yeah,
and he goes, "Oh, this is good. This is, we're having a good time. This is sorting me out."
yeah.
He had his
He said
mates.
that in Russian, though. Did he?
What was he eating?
I don't know. It didn't say. But they're in this house.
Well, he could only be eating sort of like, you know, fruit, nuts, vegetables. I mean, they classically sort of don't eat, you know, pork pies and.
But they've got
drink
McDonald's
coffee.
in Moscow now, so
Sure.
he probably chowed down on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, there was a bust.
I knew this was coming.
There was a bust in the flat that they were squatting in. All the other tramps sort of knew what was going on, legged it, left little chimps out there, got arrested. And they thought it was a real fella at first. They were like, get him, you know, he's obviously just a scruffy bloke who hasn't had a shave and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hasn't shaved his back for a
Yeah.
while.
Or his face.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Got him down the station, and the boss was like, what's going on here? We've got a monkey here. He was like, what? So you arrested the monkey?
Well, so the arresting officers hadn't noticed all the way to the station that he kept slipping out of the handcuffs and was going for the entire journey. They didn't notice till they got there. What, did they put a hood over his head maybe and just like, you know?
I don't know. Now, whilst I was in Cornwall, I wasn't online. I didn't have the internet, so it was like, oh, what am I going to do? And I didn't come back till yesterday. And I thought, is there loads going on that I don't know about in the monkey world and stuff? I was hoping to get some from the zoo that I was meant to be going to. Of course, that didn't happen. So I said to my dad, do you know anything about monkeys? Or have you got any stories with monkeys?
Brilliant. This is what Trevor McDonald does.
Turned out,
Quarter to 10, he goes, oh, got nothing. Dad, anything happened? You got anything politics? Anything politics, Dad?
this isn't monkey news, I'm just giving you this free.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Turned out one of his mates used to have a chimp.
Right.
What do you mean one of his mates used to have a chimp?
Well, two of his mates. Mind you,
Oh,
one
sorry,
wasn't
yeah,
his mate, one wasn't his mate.
I was thinking it sounds a bit far-fetched living in Manchester, like. But if there was two of them...
He had a chimp, had to thump it in the head.
For doing what? Answering back?
Oh, God!
Tried it on with his wife.
Had to thump it in the head for trying it on with his wife! I love it. It's a proper fist fight in a pub in Manchester. Oh.
I'd call him up, but he's one of them who, like, swears all the time.
Right.
Oh.
I mean, it'd be good to get him on and just...
Let's interview him. Can we not interview him pre-record? We can bleep out the swear, and I'd love to hear his
do
story.
a lot of work, that.
Yeah, well, we're not scared of work,
No,
are
I
we,
mean,
Steve?
I'll
You
get
know.
myself if you can't be bothered.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
I'll
so...
have a word, I'll sort it out.
Yeah, try and sort that out
Yeah,
next
you
week.
sort that out, yeah.
Well, don't
yeah.
tell us the rest of the story then. Let's let him say it in his own
No,
words.
but there was another one as well. Some
When
fella...
you say you can get him on, but he swears a lot, you mean the monkey? I'm assuming he's more coherent than your dad's mate.
But there's him, and there's some other fella who he knows who had a funny name. I'll have to find out, because you'll love his name. But he was a drag artist.
Yeah.
And I think he said my dad went round one day, I don't know why, right? Went round there, knocked on the door, chimpanzeed.
Carl, I don't know what you're doing, mate. I don't know where this place you live. Next door, there's an horse in the front room. There's chimps
Mad,
running
innit?
round.
Mad. Anyway,
Chimpanzees!
Is that it? Is that the end of the story? There's a chimpanzee in the door, and that's the end.
You sure it wasn't the drag artist before he shaved?
no,
Sure, it wasn't your gran.
Because I like the really airy ones that decide they can be female impersonators. Yeah, your gran.
Anyway.
Go on then. This is the monkey news. So you got that for free. What's this going to be like,
Well, let's
Steve?
have more jingles.
Okay. Oh, chimpanzee that! Monkey news extra!
Okay.
Right, another phrase. We've been talking about phrases today.
Yeah, we have,
Don't touch
yeah.
your granny when she's shaving.
Yeah.
Don't touch your granny to suck eggs.
Yeah.
Don't look a horse in the mouth.
Yeah. Don't let the chimpanzee the jaw if you're chucking your cock in.
Familiar with the phrase monkey business?
No, never heard that one before, Carl. That's brilliant.
Right, well, it came about. This has been emailed in and I haven't really had a chance to look at it, so I'm just weighing it up now. Yeah.
It's the biggest shambles on air, isn't it? Really?
Oh, I'm ashamed of it.
I mean, what was Dr. Fox? Dr. Fox must have been really polite. He must have been thinking, I don't know how to put this. He must have wanted to scream and go, you shouldn't be in the radio authority.
My parents listen online. I can't look them in the eye.
Right, I think I've weighed it up. Long time ago, right?
Yeah.
In the
olden days, yeah.
in
Go on.
the Amazon jungle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Little family of monkeys in there, right? Having a good life, right? Didn't have any predators in there, right? So they were loving it.
Yeah.
They had a load of food around them. They had loads of banana trees, right?
No, I don't think so.
No, they did.
Sorry, yeah.
Everything's going great, so they're happy in that. They go to bed,
Okay.
wake up in the morning, load of bananas gone.
Ooh, hang on, interesting.
Hold on, wait a minute.
So
Either your dad's been around, or...
This isn't the great Amazon banana robbery, is it?
So anyway, turns out it was another load of monkeys from another part of the island, from the rough bit.
From the rough bit! I love it! They went into a middle class area.
Oh, they're
that
the ones
is-
with the earrings and the leather jackets.
Oh, that is brilliant! From a rough part of the island.
So the monkeys thought, well, there's no point getting into a fight with them because they're harder than we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, and they carry chains.
So,
I love all this
They
conjecture!
got flip knives and tattoos.
Yeah, go on.
so basically, they said, let's do some business with the bananas.
Let's do some business with the bananas.
Shit! This is...
What are you talking about?
Oh, Christ!
Right, calm down, we haven't got much time left.
Oh, God! What do you mean they said...
Forget it.
No, don't forget it. Calm.
Okay, monkey news this week. We've covered a lot of stuff.
We have indeed.
Now, do you know, like, there's places where you can go for, like, weekend rests and stuff,
Sure.
and you relax, you sit in a little spa, you might have a swim and
Yep.
stuff. Well, they've got a place done for monkeys,
Of course they have.
right? They can go there, they relax, forget about all the stuff they've got going on in their head. They can have a manicure,
Right.
got nice meals,
It's not called a manicure though. It's called a chimpacure.
beauty
them.
treatments,
Yeah.
right? Look good and stuff.
Yeah, well, look good, feel good, yeah.
Now, you might think, well, that's pretty normal.
Well,
The bit I haven't told you about is it's actually run by a couple of chimps.
Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God, you're a maniac!
right,
Oh, for Christ! Oh,
let's just...
that's like coming a chip!
Let's
Of
just...
course it's not!
No, it is, because think about it, right?
No, not think about it. What do you mean, yes it is? Of course it's not run by a couple of chimps. What do they do, get a loan?
Right, if a chimp wants
Yeah.
to have a rest,
Yeah.
where would you go to? A place that's run by humans that don't know what chimps' needs are?
No! My point is this, how did they get it together? How did two chimps, Mr. and Mrs. Chimp, went for a loan and said, I'll tell you what we need, a spa.
I think it started off quite simple, right? Just you know, basic stuff.
But they've expanded over time because it's become so popular.
It's gone mental down there.
Sure.
Go! I
They've all
don't
heard
know.
about it. Now, the thing is, the problem is this, right? That isn't even the top and bottom of it, right?
Christ.
The problem is, it's been going on and on and on, right? It's been earning a lot of money and stuff. The monkeys are happy. The monkeys that go there are loving it. They're telling friends and stuff. They're all coming to it. Now, the problem is, it's this little monkey, little man monkey and a little woman monkey, right?
Yeah.
Who are sort of girlfriend and boyfriend.
Sort of. It's an open relationship, they can play around if they
Well, the
want.
problem is they're not married, right?
Now,
Now,
trouble brewing.
the lad monkey, fella monkey, he's getting quite old. And the problem is, because it's his name that's down on all the stuff.
Carl,
All the forms. Let him finish.
I'm getting scared now.
Let him finish.
It's his name on the business, and the problem is his missus is kind of like, what's going to happen?
Sure.
What
If
are you
he
getting this?
passes
Where are you
away.
getting this from? What?
Internet.
Carl, I don't know where to start.
Now,
This is the.
Can we
this
just
is
hear
the-
the end?
This is ridiculous.
so the problem is the
Female
girl-
monkey is worried that the male monkey
she's worried.
is going
What's
to die.
What's going to happen with the
gonna
business? What's going to happen?
Of course.
Right now,
What do you mean the business?
the health
There is no
spa-
business. It's a joke.
Health
Rick,
spa.
you're not listening. His name's on the form. The male monkey's name, it's in his name.
Now the problem is
Oh,
the woman monkey has got some kids, but because they're not blood relatives, it's not going to be handed down to them. And the
What,
courts,
they're kids from a previous monkey marriage?
yeah.
Right.
So that they're not going to get it. Let me just check this out.
Yeah, otherwise you don't want to check the facts, otherwise
Yeah.
you could look like a twat spouting shit on the radio. Please check the facts for scientific
And
security.
they're just a bit worried because they're saying that the people in Ohio, which is where they've got the little health thing going on.
So that makes it more believable that it's Ohio. I thought you meant it was Berkshire, in which
it-
case it would be rubbish.
It looks like the local people are trying to get in there. They've seen the success of it,
Sure.
and they're
They want a
trying
piece
to
of
go
the
in and
action.
take it over and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Give me the piece of paper.
Throw it away. Play a record. That's the worst. That's the worst one I've ever heard. And you are. There's something wrong with you. You're educationally subnormal.
what are monkeys good at?
What a monkey's good at?
Yeah.
Well, running small businesses, cutting people's hair, and driving cars.
Yeah, they love Spain.
Oh, and foiling bank robberies.
yeah, they're great.
Well, something else they're good at, right, is like weighing up the situation.
Oh God!
If you stick them in like a field with loads of like obstacles on it, right? They're good at sort of I can get over that, and I climb over that. I'll swing from there to there, that sort of thing, right?
Okay.
So the people in charge of somewhere, I've thought,
Somewhere.
I've thought we can use that. We can use that skill, right? And what they've done is they've got a load of little monkeys, right? They've given them an IQ test,
Yeah.
and the ones that score above 80, right?
Get to produce this show next week.
Join the army.
Right. How do they join the army and what do they do?
They just what they do is they set little obstacle courses up for them. They do that. They do a cross-country run. They do the IQ
cross-country
test.
run?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once they've done all that, they make them a little uniform, made to measure little uniform.
Slightly longer arms, shorter legs than usual. Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, then they taught how to use a gun and that sort of thing.
Yeah, of course they are. You're talking rubbish again.
This came through literally, pretty late on. So
So you've not had a chance to incorporate all the facts, as usual.
right.
Come on.
So what's the name?
What?
We've done.
Sorry, what?
Brilliant.
We've done a lot of monkeys who like got involved in crime and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We had the one on the train station,
Yeah.
nicking a bag.
Yeah.
We had the one who went
Don't
into a
remember that one.
bank,
Who cares?
went into a bank, and walked out with the money and stuff.
Yes.
Right.
Didn't happen either. Next.
But the thing is, you never sort of found out what happened to them. If they sort of got worse, got more involved into
Oh, is
crime
this
and
monkey
stuff.
news update?
That would be amazing.
Brilliant.
What they found out in India is
Yeah.
it's got a prison. It's just for monkeys.
You mean wild animals? You mean
A zoo?
Yeah, a zoo or a kennel or
No.
something where it's been gone mental or something.
No, it's a prison.
Yeah,
It's a prison.
is it? Does it have fraud cases?
It's mainly
Mainly sort of animals that are attacked things. And it's mainly violence. I bet. That's my.
that and theft.
Say it
Nicking
again.
Stuff. Theft.
Say it again.
Theft.
Say it again.
Robbing.
No, let's go back to that word. We're going to keep doing it. We've got 6
Robbing.
minutes. You're going to say the word right before you go to Hastings.
Well, you say it.
No,
Well,
you
no,
say
because
it
then you'll know how to
first.
say it.
Well, alright, robbing then. It's been caught robbing.
Say it again, though.
So
Who's
anyway.
Robin? Who's Robin?
So, they've got this prison, right?
This is extraordinary.
Say it again.
No, you're not going to say it?
Oh, go on then.
So they got a prison for them, right? And, there's 11 of them in there, 11 monkeys,
Right.
that are in there for life. Because that's... I think there's one just got out on parole, right?
No time off
But
for the
there's
bag.
11, I'll give you the bit of paper, because I thought this was...
Weird. Even
Now,
you thought it was a bit weird.
Now, Carl, what are they in there for, then? Because, I mean, they're in there for life, so I'm assuming it's murder, is it? premeditated murder? They're not crime bosses, are they? They're not.
Are they
the prostitution and
Are
gambling?
you sure they're not just the pawns and the head sort of like orangutans up a tree going, remember, you don't know me. You're on your own.
If I go down, you're all coming with me.
You take some of your gorillas down there and sort him out.
Oh, the great banana robbery.
It's not.
I wonder if they get them.
Right, go on then.
Okay, let me see. Now, I don't know what source this is, as ever.
Is it just the back of a fag packet found in a toilet?
Well, no, I mean, someone's clearly... If this is nonsense, then someone's clearly gone to a lot of effort, because it does open with the headline, Parole Unlikely for Inmates of Monkey Prison.
Yeah!
Officials say 11 inmates at India's only monkey jail. Officials? Now, what kind of people work at a monkey jail? Where do you work? It says officials say 11 inmates at India's only monkey jail are unlikely to ever be released. The prison in Patilia houses monkeys apprehended by game wardens in Punjab state for thieving and attacking people. The Daily Telegraph reports how the monkeys at the prison in Montebello snarl and glare at visitors from their heavily barred cages. 2 monkeys were released a year ago after exhibiting good behaviour for 18 months in the jail. They have remained out of trouble. Prison can work, that's good.
So
all 11 monkeys...
they were aggressive wild animals that were taken away from the public for their own good.
And robbing and that.
Wildlife officials believe part of the problem has been caused by thieves training monkeys to help them. Lorry drivers training monkeys as guards for vehicles, and itinerant entertainers using ill-treated monkeys as part of their act.
It's the monkey that takes the rap.
It's a shame, that, isn't it?
That is awful. They didn't know what they were doing, did they?
Oh, so there you go.
What do you think of that, though, Karl? What would if you could visit them, like Lord Longford or something? What would you say to them? You go there and you get a visit a week or something. You know.
So can you get us a video? Alright.
Do they get conjugal rights?
Do you reckon? You wouldn't be interested in that, though, would you?
They get what?
Would you be happy to give them their conjugal rights?
Yeah, would you?
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Right, this one's about it's been emailed into me.
Right.
I haven't really had time to check it out this week.
No, you're joking.
Been busy.
Ooh, I hope it's not stupid.
Goes back to 1908, and the person saying it's a good story and that, and they're surprised I haven't picked up on it yet. Right. The Olympics, right? In 1908 in London. Apparently, it was meant to happen in Italy, but it was cancelled. Don't know why. Right, and it happened in London. Anyway, 400 metres. Right, it was meant to. There was a fella who was going to do the run, right, and the favourite to win it was this Bulgarian guy, right? It was like a newcomer.
Okay, these are the few things it cannot be. 1, he injures himself, so a monkey steps in and wins. 2, he does a drugs test, it turns out that he is a monkey. So if it's either of those, right, I'm going to go mad.
So anyway, the fella, right, this favourite, everyone's putting the money on him, thinking, yeah, he's going to do it.
Is he hairy? Is this bloke hairy?
So anyway, the race happens.
Yeah.
And everybody's lined up, ready to run. And, everyone's saying, yeah, he's going to win, he's going to win. And suddenly, a bit of murmuring going on, people going, oh, what's going on here?
Right. He's eating a bananas.
And there's a fella in the lane next to him,
yeah.
Right, he's going up, who's that? He doesn't look familiar.
Oh, Christ, Karl.
Keep going.
Right, doesn't look familiar, who's he?
Weird,
what's going on, what's going on, what's going on?
Yeah, what is it, Or who is it, I mean, or not what is it?
So they go in... So they say, well, he might not be that any good. Do you know what I mean? He might not be good. He might. It's just
a bit short, and
doesn't matter.
He's only 3'6", and he's hunched over on his knuckles. So
I didn't realise it was fancy dress.
So
I don't think he's going to be any good.
So the race starts.
Oh, he's put his finger up his arse. That's weird for a runner to do that before a race. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Race starts.
Yeah.
The fella that no one recognises wins it. People go, what's gone on here?
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what I mean? We had our money on the favourite. What's gone on? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Anyway, he stood up there, right? He's looking well happy.
Yeah.
He's lifting the trophy and everything.
Right.
Right?
Long arms. That trophy's higher than...
So anyway...
He's only 3 foot, but the trophy's 9 foot in the air with those long arms. I'm suspicious. Go on.
They had the picture in the paper the next day.
Sure.
And everyone's going, yeah, he was fast and everything, but... quite hairy for a runner.
Oh, I'll tell you
Come
what,
on,
Karl.
come on.
Quite
It's
hairy for a runner, because
ridiculous.
normally they shave themselves, don't they, to make them faster. And
No.
that. They're going, how did he manage it? It's really hairy and that. So anyway, he wins the stuff, he walks away with a cup. The people who are in charge of the running, or like the Olympic Committee, look further into it. Turns out it was a chimp.
Right, keep talking.
No, don't keep talking. Why encourage him?
Shut up, this is monkey news. If you can't handle the news...
It's news from 1909 and I haven't heard about a chimp winning the Olympics.
Right, be quiet.
What happened there then?
400 metres, right? Now,
Don't
the thing is...
talk shit.
The annoying
Please,
thing was,
Ricky.
it took so long for the Olympic Committee, right, to find out that it was a monkey. It was going going manic. It went into loads of races. It was picking up loads of like.
Oh, shut up!
It
Right?
became a celebrity. It was doing endorsements on TV.
Don't talk shit.
It said he managed to win the
Right.
same race 4 years later in Athens because
How did it get to
But
Athens?
it's a joke. They're winding you up, Karl.
weird.
It's not weird. It's
isn't
right. I do.
Right. Let's have a look. This one's from some woman, right?
Yeah.
And she was taking part in the London to Brighton bike ride, right? Lovely day, weather's good and everything.
What year?
She's just a couple of months ago. She's done all the training, right? Done all the training and stuff. Got a brand new bike for it. Got a little puncher outfit and stuff, all set for the day, right? It's a nice day. She sets off. They all start pedalling and that on the way to Brighton, right? So she knows the route and that. Got little headphones on, cycling along. Suddenly,
Right, okay. I'm going to stop you now. If a cyclist overtakes her and it's going really fast and it's sort of hunched over, but it's got like lots of cycling gear on and a helmet and goggles and they can't tell what it is, but they just know it's like a little hairy fella who hasn't bothered shaving his legs, which is weird, isn't it? Because cyclists usually shave their legs and this bloke had really hairy legs. But and it won. They gave it the medal. It won 3 years running. They gave it the key to the city. It had its own game show. And then someone said, hold on though, this fella's sort of hunched over and he's only 3'5" and his arms are longer than his body. It's a chimp! If it goes anywhere near that, we're never doing it again.
more monkey news next week.
She's cycling
So
along.
anyway, she's cycling along, right? And this tricycle.
I couldn't predict that.
There's always one element you can never anticipate.
yeah. Got a kiddie's tricycle with a little kid on it. Little hairy kid with a helmet. Okay, just go on then.
The tricycle comes
Whizzing past. Yeah,
him.
strong legs, don't they, chimps?
So she's thinking that's, but didn't get a chance to see the face.
Oh, yeah, couldn't quite see the cyclist. Oh, God! You bald mank git. Go on. Yeah, research scientist Karl Pilkington.
So anyway, she gets to the end line, right? And they got talking. It was a nice day, nice race and all that. So did you see a little thing on a tricycle?
Thing? Well, a person, surely, just a human. Did you see that? No. Did you see that bloke on the tricycle?
So anyway, turns out
Tricycle.
Yeah! But what did you say thing? Well, no, there's no suspicious. I mean, what did you say? Did you see that fellow on a tricycle?
anyway, so it turns out
Go on.
it was a chimp.
You're joking!
Right.
Well, Christ almighty, there you go. Unbelievable, and it was a chimp all along.
So anyway, right? So the woman's like
We're never doing this again.
checking out the news. Right? There's nothing on it. She checks out XFM Monkey News.
Right, okay, I'll
I
stop you
don't
there
mention
again. Right? If it turns out she doesn't the news, right, and the circus goes, we're looking for our chimp, it used to ride this tricycle, and it escaped with police chasing it.
No. So she listened to XFM, see if I'd picked up on the story.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't have it and stuff. So she got in touch with the organisers of the London to Brighton bike ride, said, look, saw a little hairy fella.
Why does she care?
Because she wanted to know, she thought it was a bit odd.
Well,
Turns
why-
out it was a chimp. They weren't happy about it. Of
course not.
Because now the owner of the chimp wants to enter it into the Tour de France.
No! Oh, God! I'm gonna die! Oh, God!
In 2005.
Now, a couple of questions. I trust you'll be able to answer these.
Go on.
Oh, God! Steve, help me out.
How did it get hold of the tricycle?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, no, that's fine. That's not an important point.
Like, that's important.
How
What's the
did
matter
it-
with you, Steve? He doesn't know that.
How did it know to... well, firstly, how did it know which way to cycle? But more importantly, how did it know there was a major bike ride on
Following,
that day?
just following the crowd,
No,
Steve.
no.
What's the matter with you?
The owner of it had trained it and stuff.
Aha.
No, he hadn't!
It had already done the run beforehand, before the big day.
No, I didn't.
like I say, it wants to do the Tour de France in 2005.
No, it doesn't.
But there's something about animal rights. If they don't let it enter, they can kick up a bit of a fuss.
The animal rights is that it's cruel to make a cheap ride a bicycle.
Not if it
that
wants
it's
to.
prejudice that it'll go, is it because I is hairy? You idiot!
Right? So...
Wow, that is the worst. That is the worst one yet. Absolute twaddle. Absolute rubbish, Karl.
Have you got a tricycle?
Steve. Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Okay, monkey-related news from Karl Pilkington.
Right, do you know the monkey that went into space?
Yeah.
Yep.
It happened in 1958.
Right.
Now you know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did he do next?
What
he
did the
do
monkey do next?
Yeah.
One appearance on Celebrity Squares and it was like forgotten.
Right.
Yeah, cut a novelty record.
Yeah, just like Rick Waller.
I'll tell you what happened. He got back and all that.
Got that. Heroes welcome.
NASA sort of said, you know, you did a good job. And that's where a lot of people think, you know, it all ended.
Sure.
Yeah.
But NASA were like, well, hang on a minute. We spent
He's
a lot of
trained.
time, we've trained him up and stuff. So he's like, you know, he's saying, sure, you know, I've learnt a lot, I've still got it all, I've kept it all, I know what to do. So they said, right, we'll use you. So he turned into like a bit of a trainer at NASA.
We want to send you out on the top of an organ.
yeah. Put on this little bellhop outfit.
Could you smoke fags?
Yeah.
I'll have a go.
So they were getting in new monkeys. You know, the main man at NASA was saying, can you teach us the sound? He's going, of course I can. Do you know what I mean? I remember it all, I know what's going on, I'll tell him what button to press, what to do in emergencies, that sort of thing. It was technically sort of employed by the army.
Right,
Because
can I just fit in here? I don't know the story, Karl, and I might embarrass myself here. You've got an army of people out there that will probably send me an equally deranged email from a different website, but I'm pretty sure when they sent the monkey into space, it was to monitor his physiology. He didn't press any buttons or learn to dock or take off. It was just the effects of weightlessness and space on basically a primate. I'm pretty sure he was tied in with electrodes to his head. So,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, 'cause
I could be
people-
proved,
But even if that were the case, and he had learned to press one or two very basic buttons...
definitely not. Definitely
But
not.
even if it were the case, I'm
definitely
pretty certain they wouldn't have brought him back to train up Neil Armstrong.
Right, definitely. Go on,
Him
then.
going, Neil, what are you going to say when you come out there?
Yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
I was thinking of just saying, hello, I'm on the moon.
Hello, it's made of cheese. Don't say that.
Don't
What
say
about? I've noticed that you got little legs,
Yeah.
right? But mankind stepped forward. Well, how could I put that?
I was just going to say, hello, I'm on the moon, it's great to be here, wish you were here.
I've got to think so
Hi,
better than that.
Mum.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway, basically he got back, they sorted him out with a nice pension. He was happy. Because of, like, the rank that he got, he was like, you know, he had loads of medals and stuff. They said, right, we'll make him a colonel. He got that. Like I say, he got a pension. How does it end? He died in 1969. He was buried with his wife. He passed away.
His wife. Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right. Right, they were filming a documentary, right, this telly company,
Yeah.
doing a documentary.
Who? Which one? Which one? Which one?
Don't know.
No, what was the documentary about?
About monkeys.
Yeah. Where was it? Where was it?
Africa.
Right. When was this?
I haven't got a date.
Okay. Recently, though, since the advent of television, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, a bit of extra monkey news if you want it.
Okay, always.
Do you know the
Monkey News Extra. Go on.
Do you know the Halfords ads?
Halford's ads, I don't think so, no, what happens?
Halfords, they've you know, they sell nuts and bolts and stuff.
Right,
They were using monkeys in the ads.
okay. Yeah. And what happened?
Packet.
Don't they sell bikes, Halfords?
Well, mainly.
Bicycles and motorbike stuff and that. Okay, so, yeah, so they're using monkeys in the advert, what happened?
I can't handle it.
What?
I can't do this. Look at
What?
him. Look at him.
I don't care what he's doing.
Well, basically, right, there was a load of hassle because they were using these monkeys in this Halfords advert.
Yes.
Right.
And what happened? Get to the point.
It turned out there wasn't a problem because they were mechanics in the first place.
Well, they were monkey mechanics?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Mental.
What are you talking about? It's not a story!
Right, anyway, listen, let's get back on
They were
to...
mechanics in the first place.
Right, listen. Right, so they're making this documentary. Right? And stumble across a little gang of... Come
on! Just... Get on with it, please.
Little gang of monkeys. That's
Yes.
the first time I've ever laughed. I'll hear that.
I know. Well, brilliant. What do you want, a cake? Come on!
Can we play a song?
Oh, I don't understand what is wrong with you, you freak.
It's making me laugh.
Just tell us the story.
Alright then, alright. So anyway, right, so there's this documentary being made. They found a little gang of monkeys.
Right, play a song. I don't know what's going on here. I apologise.
Got to hide your love away. According to the Beatles on XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant. Right, Carl, come on.
where
Monkey
were we?
news.
Where were
Everyone's
we?
composed. The jingle, please.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Excellent. Okay.
Right, where were we?
We would just start again. There's some people making a documentary.
For what? Okay.
Making a documentary in the jungle and that.
Right.
Stumble across a little gang.
Okay, come on.
Alright.
A little gang of monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
So the camera crew are there filming it.
Yes.
Everything's going normal.
It's all fine,
Nothing odd about it.
Okay. They're not running a restaurant, they've not got any barber shops, nothing.
No.
Just regular monkeys going about their business, yeah.
So anyway, what normally happens is the monkeys stick with the partner.
They already do what?
They don't sort of sleep around and that. Once they find the girlfriend or the boyfriend or whatever,
Yeah.
they stick with them, right?
Okay.
But anyway, they were watching this one, right? And it's going around a bit, sleeping around,
Oily.
and it was getting fatter. They thought this is a bit odd,
Yeah.
right? So followed it round and see it having it away. Turns out, little prostitute.
Oh, God!
It's a little monkey prostitute.
It was getting fatter because it was charging them bananas.
What a load of old rubbish.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, are you familiar with 100th monkey?
Keep
The
talking.
100th monkey?
100th.
Yeah, like as in like one more than 99.
100th.
Yeah.
The 100th monkey.
Yeah, are you familiar with that?
No.
No.
Uh,
Anyway, thanks. That was
Well,
monkey
we'll
news.
leave that
Next
then.
week, Adam and Jeff. What do you mean you're going to leave that?
well, I thought it was a popular phrase or something.
What, 100th monkey?
Yeah.
What do you mean a popular phrase? What, why? What? Because you're going to do songs and phrase with it next week. We've said it once before, 100th monkey.
No, it's just it says the expression 100th monkey.
Well,
And
do
it
it
says
anyway.
where it
What's the
comes from.
story?
Well, it's from the 1950s, right? And the way that they got it because they were following some monkeys about, right? And they started
Who was? Who was?
journalists
Oh, yeah, why?
Oh, yeah.
just to see what they're up to. Right?
Okay, so they're following some monkeys around, yeah.
What was it? What, a documentary?
Anyway, one of them
Come on!
Come on!
washed some potatoes.
Right, okay.
Right, let's leave that. Right, let's leave.
Wait a
Let's
minute,
leave
what are you
that one.
doing?
Come on!
A monkey washing potatoes?
Can we leave that one?
No, you cannot. It's
You've
not
got to
a
do it
monkey.
now. They're following a... What is it? Sort of like a family. Is it a family of monkeys or a...
It was just one chimp and it was washing a potato and they thought, that's a bit odd. Right?
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
it turns out that ended up teaching another monkey
Yeah.
how to wash a potato.
No, they do it. They go down and wash them in the sea because they like the taste of salt. And
The weird thing is, though,
they
when it
pass on.
got got to the 100th monkey, right, even though it hadn't been taught how to wash a potato,
Yeah.
it automatically knew. It knew what to do.
What do you
don't know what
mean?
you're talking
What do you
about.
mean?
It was in them. It was in them that they knew that when they get a potato, they had to wash it. That isn't the monkey news. I'm just saying that's where the expression comes from. But you haven't even heard of that. So
Well, there's a couple of things there. That it could be another upshot, and you know, an instinct is part of your genetics as anything else.
Washing a potato.
But you can't pass on acquired characteristics. So that's nonsense. If you mean that. Someone was taught they had a child and it knew it. There's no chemical memory as such.
That's what's
So
weird
that
about
wasn't
it,
even
that's
monkey
what's
news?
weird. No, the monkey news. You know, we've covered a lot of stuff. There was sad stuff, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There's some funny stuff in there. You know.
Yeah.
Do
monkey
Playing
news.
robbers and that. Football team.
A monkey football team?
Yeah, in Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah.
Got all the team members here, right?
Right.
All the different things. Little goalkeeper. Apparently he's on transfer from some other club. But the bit that got me attention is, apparently he's a holder of PhD of physics. Do you want to have a look at that?
What,
Steve?
the goalkeeper?
Yeah, just the goalkeeper. The others haven't done that much.
The others haven't done that much. Well, I believe that he's got better exam results than you, Karl, but I don't believe he's got a PhD in physics. Obviously.
guy.
Do you know what the name of the team is? Coconuts. Where's the monkey news?
It's been a bit quiet, hasn't it? I've been.
What, in the
keeping an
last
eye
3
out.
months?
Okay, there was something that I found last week about one that was in an old people's home. It escaped from some zoo. It was wandering about. It was enjoying itself, and then when it got to the night time, it was like, "Oh, what am I going to do?" And the first place it came across was like this old people's home. Went in there. I think it was there for about a week and a half, without anyone realising.
No,
No, it did.
No, so the helpers and the nurses and the social workers and the matrons and all that, they thought, well, Mr. Sanders looks a bit hairy. But I mean, that happens, you know, it comes out your ear and your nose when you get to about 70. And he's stooped over, yeah, of course he has. He's got bow legs, yeah. And he eats more fruit, of course he does.
Well, that's when they realised.
Why?
Because someone in the kitchen said, "Hang on a minute, getting through more bananas than we normally do."
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news, you
Right. I haven't read this through properly. So I'm just.
We
assumed that.
Christ. What do you mean you haven't read it through
Well,
properly?
basically, right, it's about problems with chat rooms and that, right? A lot of people, it's like the new way of meeting people and that, in it now, chat rooms. You get on there, you can have
Right,
a chat.
if you say someone was having a meeting with someone, they
Please
wanted to
don't
meet.
preempt it.
Right, okay.
Please don't preempt it.
Right, there is not an animal in the world that
Right, it
can
doesn't
operate
matter.
and
Do you want to
understand.
know the story? You said that
Did they
monkeys...
get married? It was 3 months later. She realised, oh, there's a lot of bananas gone from my fridge.
See, what annoys
I
me
want
is,
a
though,
divorce.
This is what annoys
Bobo.
me. You say that monkeys can do Shakespeare if they're given the time.
No, that's
Listen,
not it.
Let's not get into the
It's
whole
a
Shakespeare and
philosophical
monkeys.
conundrum.
Please, let's not get into that debate again. We'll
It's
be here all
about
night.
It's about.
Yeah. Right, so
infinity.
this one then.
Oh.
So this chat room, right? And the thing is, with chat rooms, you have like a big boss who's looking over it and making sure nothing dodgy's going on.
Right.
Right, so certain keywords come up and
Who's that,
sort
Dr.
of thing.
Zayas?
Right. So anyway, they were looking over it, trying to look for dodgy stuff, but they kept coming over like really strange things. Like instead of saying, "Do you want to meet in a restaurant or bar?" Right, it'd be like,
Do you want me in a tree?
"What tree do you want to meet?" on?"
Right, okay.
Are you shooting
That's
off?
the end, yeah.
I'll see you later,
Seriously,
mate.
'cause that's gone
I'm
too
just going to
far.
listen to the end of it anyway.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot if you believe that shit, honestly.
No, I'm just telling you what's online.
Let's hear the rest of it.
How you're nearly you're ill. You're nearly okay.
Alright.
Well, I don't know the PC term for this, so I really apologise. You're nearly retarded in some
And
aspects.
instead of sort of saying wear something sexy, they'd say make sure you bring plenty of bananas. and
Right,
stuff
you're
like that.
talking absolute. Okay.
Are you making up the monkey news now because you can't find it anymore?
And instead of saying should we get married, they're saying how swollen and red is your arse?
Do you wanna
You
have a look?
stupid fool.
Do you
No, that
wanna have a
was
look?
me.
Tell you what is annoying.
What?
Steve's told me about a film that is about a monkey going off with a woman.
The Charlotte Rampling thing where she.
It's a film called Max Mon Amour. Yeah, she has an affair with a monkey. Go on.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
You wouldn't like
Don't
it.
go, we can't go into
You
it, we
wouldn't
need
like it.
monkeys.
You wouldn't like it. It's not like it's weird and you wouldn't, Carl, it's not like a nature program where he wears a bowler hat and can talk. Okay? The nature programs that you seem to see.
Yes, I'm trying to think. I haven't seen that one.
No! Yeah. Come on, do monkey news.
Well, monkey news this week.
Play the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news, you
Right, it's about this monkey that was knocking about in the 1950s.
Right.
It was known in the sort of LA area, right? And apparently, again, I haven't really checked all this out. I've just picked up bits that look interesting.
Yeah.
Wore a golden mask and like a cape and a leopard skin belt and stuff, right? So people didn't know he was a monkey.
Of course they didn't know, yeah.
He just thought he was this bloke who's going around and he was helping out crime situations and stuff.
Right, you're an idiot. So, this disguise, that you see a 3'6" bloke with arms the length of his body.
No, but that's the funny thing, right? They sort of thought, it's a bit odd, you know, he's stocky, yet extremely flexible.
Yeah, and hairy, because he only wore a white mask and a belt.
And a distinctive jawline and stuff. And then,
Right.
apparently, like, he used to sort of get to his...
Nothing we say gets through, does it? You've decided you can
Just
picture
telling
this
you,
monkey
just
going
telling you
around
what's going
solving
on.
crimes, and
Just
it's...
telling you.
Let him finish the story. Time's running out.
So it sort of get to its crime by, like, swinging from the trees and
Of course
stuff.
it would,
right?
yeah.
Well, people just thought, it's a normal fella.
Of course.
Then what happened was,
This is the bit that's going to annoy me, isn't it?
he helped some fellas out, like, you know, and for a reward, they were like, do you want some money? You know, you've helped save our lives during a crime and stuff. Do you want some money in that? And he just went straight for the shopping bags, got a couple of bananas and apples, right? And as he was bent down, looking into the bag, getting the bananas and apples, they pulled his mask off, little monkey.
So he wasn't allowed to work for the police anymore?
It ended there.
Sure.
Weird, isn't it? Well, my mum sent me some. Right. I got a little letter from her doing the usual sort of stuff, telling me what she's been up to and that. It was a little thing about somewhere in Lincolnshire or something.
Right,
To
good.
do a bit of monkey throwing.
What do you mean?
Because some fella got attacked by one once, and sort of to remember him, on this certain day they go, oh, it was today, wasn't it? And that fella got attacked by a little monkey and that. And the something about chucking monkeys about.
That's horrible.
I don't know if they're real, I think it's just like to remember.
Alright.
But that's the only sort of stuff that's knocking about out there.
But it's not, that's not
I've got my
monkey
mum and
news.
dad on it, looking all the time for stuff.
Yeah, there must be more monkey news than that.
There isn't nothing. I mean, there's bits and pieces. There was a bit about Donna Rare, how when she has a kid, she's going to let a gorilla look after it for a week or something. But apart from that, it's dead out there.
Well, I don't know what that means.
She's well, that's it.
Well, it's
Apparently,
not true. She's not going to let a gorilla look after a
No,
child.
it is. Apparently, a fella works with them or something, and
This is rubbish!
it's not rubbish.
How can she let a gorilla look after a baby for a week?
Well, forget it.
Sorry, have you
Sam,
ever heard her speak?
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news, you
Right now, it was back in the 1980s.
Right. So it is quite topical then. Okay. When did this happen then? 1980s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about a Colombian F1 sort of Formula One driver.
Yeah.
Apparently these races were going on, right? And someone kept winning them.
Right, okay, forget it. Forget it. No, don't do it. It's because it's rubbish. Because it's rubbish.
Right, so someone kept winning the races.
So this human that kept winning the races. So this human being that kept winning the races, Karl, what was his name?
His name it's Jimmy something.
Yeah. How tall is he? Just out of interest. No,
let's
how tall
hear
is
the
he?
story. Let's hear the story.
Was he about 4 foot
You
8?
might find out if I tell you the story.
Yeah.
Right?
Go on.
So anyway, he kept winning and everyone was like, oh, he's brilliant, this guy, who is he, and all that.
Yeah.
But his gimmick, right?
Was never showing his body or face?
That's right. Never
You're
took his
joking.
helmet off.
You're an idiot.
Never took his helmet off, right?
You know the short trousers he used to wear? You know his trousers were about a foot long, but his shirts, the sleeves were really long.
Anyway, right, so because he wouldn't take his helmet off, and
You're an idiot.
He was taking part in, like, the F3, which is like the lower ranks
Yeah.
of Formula 1 and
Just
that.
get to it. Just get to
Everyone thought it was like a famous driver
Yeah,
who's taking part in that.
get to being a monkey. and then
Anyway,
we can
what
go
happened
home.
was, there was a crash one day,
Yeah.
and the car tipped over, everyone's like, oh.
He ran up a tree.
So,
They suspected when he ran away with the ambulance people up a tree and started eating a banana.
so the marshals ran over and the ambulance people were there and they
Yeah.
were about to take his helmet off, and the marshal was like, don't take his helmet off.
Give away the secret that he's a
Give
monkey.
away the secret and that.
Yeah, chimp. Yeah.
Took his helmet off.
Jimmy Chimpus.
Little monkey under there.
No, definitely not. Okay, let's play Ryan alone.
Did he
We'll see-
survive? Let me
Yeah.
just a couple of questions. Did he survive?
Yeah, he did, yeah. He was allowed to keep all the awards that he won.
Sure.
But he wasn't allowed to take part in any other races.
Yeah, didn't happen.
Little monkey. What happened is, it's this plane, right? Aeroflot, I think it is, Russian airline. Having a good flight, everything's going normal and that.
This is going to be libelous. The pilot. Sorry, I mustn't interrupt, must I? How tall was the pilot on this flight?
Okay, listen, we've had a few complaints, people saying, don't interrupt Monkey News.
Okay.
Don't interrupt Monkey
Okay, I
News.
won't then.
It's like the
Okay.
weather girl complaining whilst Trevor McDonald's doing...
Okay, alright. Go on then. Go on then.
All right, so the flight's going well, food's been served and all the rest of it. Anyway, someone gets upset about not having many nuts. All
Right, they've not got enough nuts.
They hand the nuts out, and that one of the sort of passengers is going mental. Because
What's he saying?
He's just
What
going
language
mad.
is he talking? Is he Russian or English?
So anyway, there's a bit of a fight going on. Fight starts happening. People are going, "What's up with that little fella?" Right?
The little hairy bloke.
So they sort of drag him.
What's wrong with Bob Hoskins? And why is he screaming? Why isn't he talking in his usual Cockney accent? Why is Bob Hoskins screaming and grabbing at nuts?
So you've ruined it.
Come on.
Forget it.
What have I ruined?
Right, Rick, turn his microphone off so he
Okay,
can't interrupt
right.
you.
Right. So anyway, so there's a fight going on. Nuts are going everywhere, right? So anyway, so they manage to tie him down. They get him on the floor, tie his legs up and that, right?
His little legs.
Get him to the. Get him.
Come
See you
on.
later. Have a good Christmas.
No! Karl, how dare you! Finish the story.
All that happened is they got back. It turned out that he shouldn't have been on the plane anyway.
Why?
His passport wasn't valid.
Right.
And you can't cause problems on planes and that. So he got put in a cell for a bit. Turned out it was a little monkey. Alright?
Quick question, how did he complain about the shortage of nuts?
Yeah.
He just was going mental.
Right, he didn't actually call over a stewardess, he just...
Well,
wanted
how did he get on the plane in the first place? What ticket did he have?
Have a good Christmas and that.
But you
eh?
know it's rubbish. You
See
must
you
know
later.
that's rubbish.
All
You
the
must
best.
know that's rubbish.
All the best.
You must know that's rubbish.
About this woman monkey who was born in 1834. Right? Half monkey, half woman.
No. Not true.
It happened. Apparently, it was
Impossible.
it was in the Daily Mail. Right?
Okay.
The Victorian ape woman was her name.
Yeah, I christened this thing Victorian Ape Woman. Well, we thought Sandra. No, I'm calling it Victorian Ape Woman.
She was about 4 foot.
No, didn't happen.
She had lovely thick black hair on her head and on the back of her legs and on her arms.
Yeah.
All right.
So stockings.
Let's have a look.
And she didn't need a bustle because of a huge ape-like arse sticking out the back of her dress.
She was good at reading and sewing. She
Well,
had the
well,
kids.
good because they didn't have opposable thumbs. So
She could speak 3 languages.
yes,
She was
human, monkey, and monkey human.
20 offers of marriage. Does that annoy you, Steve?
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right. There's this monkey, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think his name was number 6 or number 7 or something, right? In this lab, right? And anyway, it's in there with like the rabbits and little mice and stuff like that. And
The rabbit smoking.
the nurse, right? The nurse, not the nurse, the woman who works in the lab. What would you call her? Is it a nurse?
Depends what turns out her job was. If she was a lab assistant, you call her a lab assistant.
Right.
I mean, they probably call her by her name.
All right, lab assistant, right?
Kirsty.
So
I
she's
think it's probably Kirsty.
Right,
Kirsty Morris.
well, she's in there, right?
Yeah.
And she don't work with many people and that. She's mainly on her own with just putting lipstick on rabbits and stuff like that, right?
Chimpanzee her?
So
Chimpanzee her. He's putting on lipstick chimpanzee. She's got hairy legs.
he gets pally, right, with this woman because it gets to a point when she sees him every day.
It's the way he sort of tries to string out like it's a narrative love story. The chimp put its hand out and grabbed her, and then you're thinking that he made a move on her.
So
Right, come on,
he's
let him
allowed
tell
out.
the
He's allowed out.
Oh,
the
it's not a
cage.
story, is it?
He's allowed out the cage and whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so he's wandering about, and as time goes on, he's watching what she's doing more and more. Right. So he notices like the code on the door. Right. Whatever 247 or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes, right, I've clocked that. I've got
Yeah.
that. I'll remember that. Right. And then he goes, right, there's a lot of lipstick and that knocking about, a lot of makeup.
Right, okay. No, there's no way. No! Because,
So-
Steve, you know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen.
So he's there.
It's ridiculous.
And he's going, well, if it's there, you know what I mean? So while she's messing about with the rabbit, he gets there, he's in front of the mirror, putting a little bit of lippy on. Right.
No! I know!
Little
It's
bit-
gone too far!
little bit of
No, it's gone too far, Steve.
Right,
Your mic's off, Rick. He's finishing
Right,
the story.
so-
Show mine off as well.
It's gone.
It's looking pretty
I
good.
didn't mention the mascara!
It's looking alright, right? So it knows the code on the door, 247, right? So when she's sort of messing about with the rabbit, right? He goes, right, here's my chance. He's looking good. 247, out the door. Reception man's there. He's like, all right, Kirsty, right?
Talk shit! Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, ya.
Right, well, this monkey news story, right? It's about, this fella. A couple of fellas in Texas.
Yeah.
Sort of running a farm.
Yeah.
Right?
Just because they're definitely fellas. Well, how tall are they?
No,
Can we
the fellas
just let him
Okay,
tell us
they
what-
aren't human beings. These two are human beings.
Time's against us.
They're
Rick.
running this farm and that. And, anyway, so they're outside getting the cattle. And he turns round, right?
It's just that cow's...
Couple of monkeys walking about. So he knows what's going on, right? So anyway, so it's in Texas. They don't know what to do with the monkeys. There isn't a zoo. It's fairly barren there, isn't it? You know what I mean? Not much going about. So the other fella who runs the farm with him says, look, we need a bit of an hand. Right? So, said, let's teach them some stuff. And the monkeys were happy with that, because they were lost anyway, right? So they had
They had nothing to do. They were bumming around, they were looking for work.
They'd hired a motorhome. They'd
Yeah.
got out of their way.
Maybe it's like the Hulk, they were like Bruce Banner wandering around going, oh, I need some work. You won't get angry, will you?
So anyway, right, so they taught these monkeys how to ride a horse, right? So they've both got a...
Sorry, you're sure Charlton Heston's not going to pop up?
They both
You're sure
got-
you weren't watching a video last night and thought it was a documentary?
They've both got a horse each, right? They've been given, like, a little lasso and all that
And a
business.
gun.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't talk
Right.
shit,
So,
Karl.
anyway, it's going well, and it carried on for about 2 years, this, right?
course
It's
it did.
like, you know, rounding up the cattle every
Yeah,
night and all that.
yeah.
So, the two fellas are chatting, going, it's worked out well, hasn't it? And that.
Right, if there's a hostile takeover, and they sort of like buy up 51% of the shares or
So they
something...
said, for this to continue, the monkeys are getting old a bit now. We need a little woman monkey in here to sort of get some kids going for like the future farm people.
Forward
Right?
planning, yeah.
So they get a little woman monkey.
They
in.
decided to only hire monkeys from
Why
out
not?
then.
Why not? It's working. Why mess with something when it's not broke, right? So they get the little woman monkey in. They have kids and all that business, right? But the problem was, right, when they first got the woman monkey in, it was like, well, which one's going to have the woman, right? So they started sort of fighting a bit and what have you.
Yeah.
But because they'd seen the owners of the farm with like
Don't
guns
tell
and
me the
stuff,
baby monkeys didn't want to go into the family business, won't have to be a lawyer.
they had a bit of a shoot-off.
Shut up!
They got two monkeys, right? And
Don't stop!
because they'd seen the owners with guns and what have you.
No!
That sounds
So they had a bit of a shoot-off.
Yeah.
That's how they sorted it out.
And who won?
I think it was George. The one called George.
Right.
So I think they had 17 kids. The farm's still running.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, ya.
There isn't. I've been away, haven't I?
There's been no monkey news, you can't get...
No, but I haven't had a proper chance to sort of, you know.
Karl, your monkey news is of spurious tales from the 17th century sometimes. So let's have one of those.
No,
Let's
it's
have a
all
monkey who dressed as Zorro and they thought he was a woodsman, but when they took his head off he was a 4-foot hairy chimp. Let's have one of those ridiculous stories.
Well, we've done that though. But do you want to go back on some of the ones?
Oh,
to sort
for
of
just
recap?
what is the
No,
monkey news? There must have been some monkey news this
Right.
week.
The only thing that sort of stood out, do you know, like they're having problems.
You're just making this up. Where's your information? Where's the piece of paper? Where's the document? What is this?
Because I've been away, so I haven't got
Right,
anything.
let's just
brought
hit, let's
into
let's
there.
hit,
But
let's
it's
hear
bad
it
enough
out.
when he's reading it, he gets it wrong. When he's just riffing, it's going to be absolute twaddle.
Let's hear it out.
Right? Do you know, like they're having problems getting new people to be policemen?
Oh, fuck.
Go on.
They've in America, they're taking them on to sort of join the SWAT team.
They've taken what on?
Some little monkeys,
Okay.
giving them walkie-talkies and all that. And
Well, they can't talk.
They're just walkies.
they don't have to.
Yeah, giving them some walkies. What do you mean?
they're
What
just
what
being
was...
given commands and that? And they
What, so it's one way, they tell them, they've got the little thing strapped to them.
They're good at like getting into small, sort of, small places and that, and sort of, cracking stuff and all that. Like I say, it's just half a story I just picked up on.
That's not a story!
Well, what do you want?
Monkey news!
Okay, we've got to sort this out. We didn't meet again this week, and this is a shoddy show. I thought we had a sort of framework for it, but, do you know what I mean? No, I thought, Karl could sort of tell him what was going on. He doesn't know anything except watching telly. Late night telly on strange channels. Like, he gets all his information about the news on Anna Nova, and, I mean,
I even tried out because Monkey News last week was awful.
It wasn't Monkey News.
It wasn't Monkey News. It was. I can't remember it.
I've been away on holiday.
Brilliant. Yeah, and Monkey News stops. I phoned him up. There was a front cover of the I think it was the Telegraph one day this week, and it was an ironic story. It was a fluff piece, but it was a funny story. It was about a monkey in a zoo that had a ruck with its father because it's adolescent. It was like the equivalent of like 16 to 18, and it had a fight with its father, and it escaped. It ran away, and it was like, you know, an interesting story.
Yeah.
I phoned Karl up and said, "It's a Monkey News. A monkey has escaped from its cage after an argument with its father." And he said, "What was the argument about?" I mean, he thinks like Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
What was the argument about? Like, the zookeepers are going, oh no, he's brought up his untidy room again. The father, oh look, he's caught him smoking again. I mean, what do you mean, what was the argument about? They have fights. They have fights and then it ran away.
His dad wanted him to go to college, but he just wants to quit and get a job.
Yeah, and he fancied a monkey in the other cage, and the father was saying, she's not good enough for you. Oh.
So
what
we've got
was
some
it
Monkey
about?
News today?
Yeah, I got a little bit of Monkey News.
You got a little bit of Monkey News, right? You've redeemed
all
yourself then this week.
We've got some stuff there and that.
Josh Rags, it's the night time on XFM 104.9. Steve Merchant, Ricky Gervais, Karl Pilkington, and what is it time?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, chimpanzee that Monkey News.
Right then, so there's this monkey, right, in Canada. It's in a zoo in Toronto, I think it is. His name's Pascal, right, and what happened was all the people in the zoo sort of said, you know, what can we do, sort of spice the day up a bit, right?
Yeah.
So they left.
Embellishing. No way this is a news
Let him
story.
do the news, let him do the news.
Okay.
So they
Any
left.
dates?
Just let him read the news, alright?
Well,
You wouldn't interrupt Moira
It
Stewart.
was about 2 weeks ago.
No, because she always says today, so you know it's news. She doesn't say, right, there was a monkey, right?
Alright,
Well,
in
then,
Canada,
go on,
right?
then, just finish the
Okay.
beer all night.
A couple of weeks ago in this zoo in Canada.
Right,
They got a camcorder
right.
and they said let's leave it for the monkey to have a play with, right? So anyway, they passed it around,
Won a BAFTA.
and a couple of chimps and that were rubbish at it. They were like filming the floor and all that, and the fingers were always in shot and stuff like that, right? But anyway, there was this one chimp called Pascal, right, who
Annoys me that he calls them monkeys, though.
He
They're
was-
not monkeys, they're apes.
he
Go
was
on.
he was a dab hand at it, right? He was like filming stuff, really good shots, you know, sort of nice mood and that. He used the lighting properly and all the rest of it.
No, he didn't!
This is the news. What are you talking about? This is the news.
Oh,
So
Steve,
anyway.
it's so annoying. You know it annoys me so much. Things like that. He was a dab under. He was doing really good shots. It really annoys me.
Let's hear the news.
Anyway, right, so he started, at night, like, when the zookeepers went home, he started filming, like, other monkeys on the go, like, whilst they were at it, right? And he was filming them and what have you.
The Ron Jeremy of
I
the
love
zoo.
it. You know it's going to end up on the web.
So anyway, the zookeepers came in the next day, and it's like, let's see what shots he's got. Anyway, he's got all this, like, you know, all these monkeys at it and what have you. So,
Oh, yeah, this is, honestly, you don't know what this is doing to me, Steve. Can I stop him now?
So they thought, like, actually, there's a few monkeys who aren't at it enough. Do you know what I mean? They have problems and what have you, so let's give them the videos.
That is so untrue. This is so untrue. It's so untrue that it was filmed by a monkey.
So
It's
what
so
happened then,
untrue.
right?
Rick, I don't know who to believe.
Oh, God, you're talking so much shit again. You must know that's not true. There's no way.
There's a load of tapes out.
Look at me. Look at me. Don't keep talking. Look at me. You must know that's not true.
Can we just hear the end of this news?
You had a go at me last week because I didn't have the full story. I've got the full story. You're still not happy.
There is no way that by chance, what should we do? Let's give him a camcorder. That could happen. He then films him at it. That might happen. It might happen, but I don't think he'd keep the camera still. Two, they go, hold on, this is good stuff. This is good shit. This porn's good shit.
Anyway,
Look at
so
that. He's got a lovely shot. Yeah.
So
This is
they've got-
ridiculous.
they've got-
Let me just recap, because I lost my way there. So the monkey has filmed the monkey porn,
Yeah.
and now they're showing it to the other monkeys.
Is he directing? Can you hear him
It's just-
saying
it's
stuff? Can
like
you hear him go?
It's just like, you know, Chimp Pimp 1, 2 and 3 and all the rest of it, right? But anyway, so they've got all these other tapes, because what happened was, they said he's quite good at this.
Oh,
And the animals,
God!
and the animals are happy having him around because he's not a human. He's just one of the gang. Do you know what I mean? So they started putting him in with other things like, you know, ostriches.
Right.
And
Shit.
there was so, and do you know they have a problem with pandas in Japan? So they've sent him out there, filming a bit of. Where are you going?
Honestly, you really annoy me. There's no way this is happening.
Can we just hear the end?
Why can't he just find a real story about a monkey?
Let's hear
I mean,
the end.
the end is
He's in
really
China.
that he's going to China. He's filming the pandas and whatever.
No, he's not. They wouldn't send a monkey director.
forget
They would
it then,
not
it's a
send
bit
a monkey
pointless.
director.
Right. So anyway, right. I think it's in LA. This happened.
I think. Why does he think?
So these people are in a restaurant having a lovely meal.
Is one of them short and hairy, but totally covers from top to bottom in a spacesuit, so he didn't know it was a monkey?
It's not one of the customers, one of the waiters?
So they're having a lovely dinner, probably one of the best sort of dinners they've had, right? So the waiter comes over and it's like, you know, can we just say I've had a lovely meal and that?
Right, it's the chef.
Of course it is. Can we see the chef?
Yeah.
So can we just, you know, see the guy who cooked it? Of
course.
Yeah. Short fella, hairy.
So the
Wearing
waiter said, to be
balaclava?
honest,
Doesn't say much.
the waiter said, look, he's busy, you know, he's got meals to cook and what have you. He hasn't really got time. He said, it'll only take a minute. He said, no, I prefer it, you know.
So this is a restaurant in LA that serves brilliant food.
I'll pass your message on and what have you, right? So,
So he sends for monkey Pierre
so
White.
it's a bit odd. Anyway. So they go out, right? They go out to the car and they notice the kitchen door's open.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course they do, because they're going to discover something that I don't know.
So
They're
they just,
going to hang on, this just out of interest, this where did this chef train before we see him or reveal, you know, what he might look like or like to eat?
So
well,
anyway, so they pop their head in and think we'll just nip in and go, you know, love fruit salad or whatever. So they stick their
see
head
the
in.
human. We better see the human chef.
You never guess what?
Go on.
Monkey stood on a chair, right, cooking veg. Right. So anyway, so they're like, what's going on here?
What do you mean? What do you mean he's cooking veg? What is he doing with it?
Well, he's stood on a chair by the cooker and he's chopping stuff.
Oh, he's
up, boiling
chopping
it.
as well now. He's just
And all like
veg,
that.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's got a little, you know, he's got the bosses in there. They're like a bit shocked. So he's a bit panicking because he's got this monkey working for him. So they say to him, "What's going on here? We didn't know this is what's going on. You know, why have you got a monkey cooking stuff?" So he said, "Well,
Incidentally, a monkey, I should point out, who probably doesn't need instructions from its girlfriend.
forget it."
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Right, there's this monkey, right, and it had been. Do you know you hear about monkeys being badly treated and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So anyway, it goes into this home. It's 14. This monkey. It's called Matty. Right, goes into this home where it's looked after.
What do you mean home?
Just like just a little monkey home, right?
Okay, so
So
zoo.
it's- Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but they haven't got any other monkeys there, right?
What have they got there?
They've got just other animals and that, but not that many monkeys. But anyway, because he's there on his own, again, you know. It
When you
gets,
say monkey, do you mean a chimpanzee, by the way? Because you usually do.
yeah.
I can't believe that journalist thought this was scripted.
Amazing.
So anyway, yeah. So it gets sort of pally with the people working there and that, and it's smoking fags. It's having a drink at night and all this, right?
What do you mean it's having a drink at night? How?
It's all here. It's all here, Steve. I mean, we haven't really got time, but
Well,
you can
don't
look at
say
it.
it's all here like it's proof. You've got another stupid story that someone has put onto the internet. Someone sitting at home in their bedroom has put onto the internet.
So it's having a fag, it's drinking a lovely glass of Bangrock Station.
the wine that's perfect for a barbecue.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's loving life. It's forgetting about its past and everything, right? When this other monkey comes along,
Oh,
Oh no.
Come on, Briley.
Go on.
right? That comes in. Something's said. Right, forget it then.
Monkey news.
Right, this happened in Pittsburgh, right? There was a rock band, and they've got this studio in Pittsburgh and what have you, and they're laying down tracks and stuff like that. And in the studio that they use, right, there's this monkey works there. Right, called-
I love the way he throws that in. Like he throws that in. This monkey works there.
No, it's just got a little gig there. He sort of it carries the equipment in, guitars, stuff like that.
He doesn't.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
He just sort of cleans up after the bands.
No,
yeah,
he doesn't.
emptying the ashtrays.
Doesn't
that sort of
happen.
stuff. It
Doesn't
does.
happen.
That's the gig it's got. Anyway, right.
Gets women out of the crowd that they want to go visit with.
With one arm.
Drag them back.
So anyway, right. So the band's in the studio, right? And one of the band members brings some A&R fella to the studio to have a listen to the latest track. Right?
Yeah.
So they hit play, and they're all there going, "Yeah, brilliant, this is good."
Oh no.
Anyway, so the fella says, "Yeah, I like the track. I especially like the bass on it." Right?
Right, this is bullshit.
So
This is rubbish.
So
And they hadn't laid down a bass track?
so this is. Have you heard it? So
Carl,
the weird
please
thing
don't
is,
do this
right,
to
so
me.
the A&R fella goes, and
Yeah.
it's like, the band members are stood about, and they're going, "That's good that he liked it." And I'm saying, "Yeah, but what's he on about with the bass?" So they played it
No,
back.
this is rubbish. This is absolute rubbish.
Let's
Where did
just
you get
hear
this
it,
from?
please, 'cause we never get
Where
to the
did
end.
you
Let's
get
hear it,
this?
let's
Is
hear it.
absolute nonsense.
So they played it back.
Yeah,
right?
and it's the chimp playing bass. Definitely not.
So they were like, "That's weird, we haven't got a bassist." Anyway, so they go, "Well, whatever, right?" So
We
they
haven't
leave.
got a bassist.
So,
They
so
go, whatever, let's go home.
oh, forget it.
Okay, right. Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, there's this card game going on, right? in the a big hotel in Vegas,
Right.
The Luxor Hotel in Vegas.
Yeah,
There's a major card game. All the big players and that
sure.
were involved. Right, they're all invited. Anyway, so they all meet up in this dark room at the back of the.
Oh, there we go, dark room. But hairy fella. It was brilliant at poker.
Like I say, it's a big game, and that everyone's been waiting for it. So it's played in the back room, not in the main entrance bit, right? So anyway, like I say, it's dark in there and what have you, and the players went in. There was already someone sat in there, right?
Right.
But they couldn't
Short bloke?
couldn't quite see.
Was
him.
it short hairy bloke with slightly longer arms than legs?
Couldn't see him.
Where
because
are his arms slightly longer than his legs,
couldn't see
strangely
him with it
enough?
being dark.
Was he
and what have
holding his hand of cards with his feet?
you. Anyway. So the cards were dealt, right? Cards were dealt. Game's going on.
His cards with his feet!
Game went on for hours, right? There was-
The terrible thing is that not even we're listening to Carl now.
there was a lot of-
Literally no one is
It's
listening
so
to Carl.
insulting.
There was a lot of smoking going on.
It's
right?
going on.
A lot of eating and nuts going on. That was a bit weird because they don't normally get through as many, but for this night. So, come on, let's just play Bruce.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, well, I thought we'd go for sort of a Christmas feel, right? So, this one, it happened in Stockholm, right? A couple of years ago, around the Christmas time. There's this little grotto, right?
Oh,
Everything he says is funny, isn't
A little grotto was set up and stuff, right? And it was getting busier and busier, right? This little grotto. There was only one in Stockholm, right? The queue was massive and stuff.
Well, that's not true.
And this,
That's not true. There's
No,
not
but
one.
fine, just listen.
But that's not true. A couple of
Don't
years ago,
interrupt the
if
news.
you'd have said 1,000 years ago,
yeah, it was busy and
interrupt
that.
the
And there was this bloke who had a kid, and the kid was saying, "Dad, can I go and see, Father Christmas in the grotto?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I don't want to join that queue, it's too big," right? And loads of the Father Christmases who was in the booth, they kept jacking it in because the queue was that big.
what do you
Too
mean loads of
stressful.
Father Christmas in the booth? What
Because
booth?
they got through loads in the grotto, the Father Christmas and that, right? They couldn't act the pressure of the queues. The queues were massive for this grotto.
This is rubbish.
So they
come on,
kept, so they get getting through like loads of Father Christmases.
They just
Like,
get walking
different
on.
people. They kept saying, "I can't handle this. You'll have to get a new one in," right?
Right, okay.
Anyway, so this fella, right? The kid kept asking every day, "Can we go in there?" He said, "No, look, the queue's big." Anyway, one day, the queue was suddenly a lot shorter, right? Because they got a new little Father Christmas fella.
I can't, I mean, I
No,
can't.
right.
in the
Right,
grotto.
Carl. If this Father Christmas turns out to be about
So-
3'6" and hairy,
So anyway, right, so he's going, "Come on then, we'll join the queue," right? So he joins the queue, and he's the queue's going down really fast, people are going in and out really quick, and he's going, how's he managing to do this, right? And he sort of looks through the curtain, he can just see a little slight thing, and he can see the bloke who's, like, dressed up as Father Christmas, he's handing them out with his hands and his feet and that, right? So they're going, "No, look, if you don't..."
I'm going to die!
So, anyway, so...
Please don't interrupt the news, Rick. I want to hear the news. No, just.
So he's queuing up, right, and he's going, "Oh, he's good on him, he's got a new method of handing out the presents and that." Whilst he's queuing there, there's a little fella selling chestnuts, so he thinks, "Oh, I'll buy some of them, and, something to munch on whilst I'm in the queue and stuff."
Yeah.
And, so anyway, he's queuing up, he's eating the chestnuts, comes to his turn,
Yeah.
right,
It's
He
absolute
goes,
rubbish.
What are you on about?
It's absolute rubbish.
So
So cut a long story short, you reckon that they hired a chimp to hand out presents for Christmas?
and so he brought the chestnuts in, and the monkey attacked him.
Well,
and ate the nuts.
he went off, right? And he's going, why is it all going mad? And
You're
there's a little
you're
fella,
talking
there's
rubbish.
a little fella that sat there with like a little beard on and that.
Yeah,
And,
you're talking rubbish. You're talking rubbish.
Well, it's not worth me carrying on then.
No, it's not worth you carrying on, because again...
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, this is something that I do know about, alright? If monkeys have been up to anything in the world, this is what I'm on. Do you know what I mean? This is
Yeah,
what
you're on
I'm on
top
top of this. This one, it's pretty recent. Monkey was knocking about New York.
Oh,
right? He got locked up for like nicking stuff and all the rest of it, right? Anyway, that's the
I
past.
don't know where that's the pointless.
Well, hang on,
Steve, does that
But you
look
know
like
what I
a
mean? If
proper-
that's the opening gambit, if I don't come in there, when do I come in? Do you know what I mean?
listen.
If I don't pick him up on that, when do I come in?
Steve, I can show you the original.
Nicking stuff.
Anyway, so he worked on a plan to escape.
Oh, shut up.
Right, and he'd worked it all out. He saw the bloke with the keys and that.
How do we
right,
know this? How do we know this?
This isn't even the main bit of the story. I wouldn't even worry about it.
Because
Rick, please.
No, because he's embellished and it's.
So anyway,
I've said this before, I'm gonna say it now. You do not interrupt the news. It's the news.
so anyway, right. So the monkey gets out. He's roaming about free. Word gets out that he's escaped and that, right? The copper, I think his name's PC Wilcox of NYPD, right?
Police Constable Wilcox of
Right.
the New York Police. Police Constable Wilcox.
Leave it.
Yeah.
We've only got a few minutes left, please.
Dixon of Queens.
So he got a call to sort of assist, you know, this monkey roaming about.
PC Wilcox of the New York
Please,
PD.
Ricky.
Because they were having problems catching it. Right?
So he was called in.
So he was out on his motorbike looking what's going on. Anyway, cut a long story short, he manages to catch up with the monkey. Right.
Why did the monkey have a car?
He got it in like a little
Why did the
alleyway.
monkey steal a car, Carl?
Anyway, so he had him. He gave him the rights and everything. You know, everything you used to say and all that business. He said,
Whoa,
Steve.
Monkeys don't talk.
So
Carl,
Steve.
Carl, monkey, he didn't need to say anything you say, maybe take it down.
So anyway,
Carl, look
Steve,
at me
right?
as well.
No,
Carl,
I'm
look.
just telling Steve because he's listening.
But, Carl, think
It's
what you're
easy to put
saying.
stuff down. So anyway, the cop, you know, the monkey's like fair cop, right? He's on the back of the motorbike being taken back to the station.
Yeah.
Oh, God!
Anyway, Wilcox gets a call on
PC Wilcox,
on the radio,
Sure.
saying, you know, listen, there's been another problem,
Oh no.
right? Will you?
There was a diversion, there was a gang.
There was a gang. Right?
Oh.
So he said, can you go and sort it out? And he's like, well, I've got a monkey on my back. He said, well, take it with you.
Was he on
right?
drugs?
So anyway,
Isn't that what junkies say?
so he goes down to the scene where it's all kicking off. Monkey's just sat on the motorbike thinking, I'm not going to try and get away, it'll just make the matter worse, right? He's sat there. The gang,
Hold on, was he wearing a crash helmet?
the gang, sort of, you know, he saw all that going off. Copper goes up.
Sorry, was this a gang of humans?
So anyway, it's kicking off, right? There's a gang, and they're all having a fight and what have you. Anyway, it gets out of hand because Wilcox, even though he sort of helps out the person who was being beaten up, he walks off, the gang starts picking on the copper.
Oh no.
So, the monkey thinks, best help out here.
Oh,
He goes up,
Oh,
right?
no.
Anyway, cut a long story short,
yeah.
they let the monkey off, he got keys to the city. Steve,
How did he help out the policeman?
have a look at that. Have a look, there's the facts. There's the
It's not
facts.
fact. It never happened.
That's the facts.
I mean, everything about it's wrong. Everything about it is nonsense.
Steve?
Well, all I say is there's a picture here of a monkey brandishing a gun. If that's not truth, if that's not fact,
Have a look.
then there it is right there.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, what we're doing here is just giving you a bit of monkey news that's gone on, right? Where a monkey's been involved in it. Good little story in that.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the one that went into space? The first sort of thing they ever sent up there before man did it and all that. You see, this is what annoys me with it really. Armstrong gets all the glory, but do you know who went up there before him?
A monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog went up first.
But what was the monkey called?
I don't know.
No, sure, okay. So it's not the most informed news bulletin.
The dog was called Leica.
Was it?
Yeah, they couldn't get it back there. They sent it up there, did a few tests and stuff, and they couldn't get it back. They weren't prepared to bring the capsule back yet. Brilliant. We could all do that.
So is that a good mission?
Well, I just think it was seeing what if the mission itself killed it, but they didn't have the technology, because of course it couldn't fly the capsule back. which it has to be manned to bring
Right,
it.
well this was the next one up then, right? So the dog must have gone first, and then they went, right, we made an error there, right? Get the monkey in. And what happened is they taught it what buttons to hit at the time that it needed to hit them, and the way they did this was like give it bananas. It was like hit the red button, and it hit the red button, they'd give it a banana.
Right.
And they go, right, reverse is the green one, hit the green one. And then they do that and go, there's a banana. And then they go, right, hit reverse, and it go, and get a banana.
Right.
Hit the red, so it was taking commands on like headphones.
Right, but how are they
Is
giving
that
it the
how you
banana?
learn to do radio?
How are they giving it the banana?
What do you mean? No, this is before it went. You wouldn't
right.
just go and put a monkey in it and go, there you go, get on with it. They'd sort of put him in one of them capsules that you get,
Yeah.
and they were on headphones.
I don't believe this happened.
Well, I'm telling you the story now. So the monkey
I
sat...
don't think they trained it to do anything. I think they sent it up there and he put electrodes coming out of it to see what
it wasn't any of that. They did a thing like they do, like they can with animals. If you give something, like a treat, you can teach it how to do it. It's just like a dog, isn't it?
It's called Pavlovian conditioning. However, that was to see if it would salivate or go over to a particular corner, not if it could control a spacecraft.
Next one up. It's the next one up. As far as the monkey's not sat there going, oh, I'm a bit under pressure here, it's a rocket. All that's knowing is, I'm getting a banana if I hit that button. That's all the monkey's thinking about.
They wouldn't put billions of space
But
dollars.
how can they be sure that it's going to press the button at the right moment?
Because it's got headphones on. They're telling it. It's not
like you have now.
It's not like willy-nilly. It's not just like pop it in there and
Willy-nilly,
see
who's
see-
that?
What's to stop it from just hitting it any old time? Because it's a monkey and it's not a human.
Because he's trained now. But
Oh,
anyway,
it's trained.
so
It's
listen,
fully trained. Yeah, go
So
on.
what happened is, anyway,
Oh, this is absolute rubbish.
they pop the monkey in there.
Yeah.
He's got his headphones on. They're going, right, hit the green one. And I think there's something there that a little banana comes out to keep the same.
No, you're making this up.
I'm not. It's the same.
There's no way that they made a
Right, so
spacecraft
they can-
that had a banana dispenser.
Right,
There's
so-
no way in this world that they made a spacecraft that could go into outer space, right?
So what- so
manned
you're- so
by a
you're-
monkey with a banana dispenser.
So you're saying that it's easy to send something up to space, but you don't believe there's a little banana machine?
Right, okay, so in your world, there's a monkey and it's been conditioned and there's a
So-
little monkey dispenser,
Banana.
monkey dispenser or a
Yeah,
banana
like
dispenser?
dispenser, right? So it comes to the launch day, monkeys sat in there, everyone's ready, bananas are stocked up and all the rest of it. They go, right, hit the green button. Right, and the rocket goes off and what have you.
No, they would not make the monkey launch the rocket. Carl, you are living in a cartoon world.
So the rocket goes off, right?
This is absolute bollocks.
It's all going well.
I mean, I don't know
It's
what you're
all-
going to... It's
it's-
not going well.
it's going
There's
well.
no way a monkey launched
It's
a
going-
rocket. There is no way a monkey launched a rocket,
So
you idiot.
it's all going on, so they go and hit the left button and it goes a
The
little bit
left
left.
button!
Right,
Oh,
so-
well-known spacecraft command. This is Houston, hit the left button. Oh, brilliant. This is what happened in Apollo 13. Hit the left button.
So it
you
goes
are-
left, yeah, it goes left.
So it goes left and it's going well.
Left! It goes left!
Yeah.
No, the moon! You're
it
going
goes,
right!
It goes for the moon. Everything's going well.
Right.
They get up there. It does whatever it does. It reverse. It comes back. Right. So then
You are, honestly, you are brain dead.
So it's
you are
long-
one of the most stupid people. That I would rather have the monkey drive
listen.
me home than you.
So the thing is, so it lands back.
Yeah.
It does a good job and everything. It gets out. And this
It's
is
sick of bananas.
This is where it turns a bit sad, because after it done that mission, right? Because it happened and it was all safe and everything. The next one would have been to send man.
Right.
So the monkey enjoyed it, and it was like, well, I want to do it again, right? But they were like,
So how did they know that? How did they know what to do?
just the way it looked and what have you. It was like,
Fuck off! Just the way it looked! You are a maniac.
so the thing is though, right? So after it had done that, it was on such a high, right?
Yeah.
It could never get that high again.
Turn to drugs.
There was nothing that it could do.
Went on tour, did it?
It sort of ended up killing itself. Because it could never get that buzz that it
Right,
got.
that was absolute bollocks.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right. Well, this week, what we're covering is, do you know, like they say, monkeys are pretty close to humans.
Well, when you say monkeys, you mean apes, I assume.
Well,
and when you
just
say apes, you mean
whatever,
chimpanzees.
monkeys and that.
Well, no, because they're different species. They're all
what
primates.
they've done a lot of tests and that. Like I said, we've talked about the one that went into space.
That was
We've
rubbish.
had ones that have worked in train stations.
No.
So the
Barbers,
next,
was there a barber one?
there was a barber one. He started off sweeping, didn't he? But he didn't immediately go in.
Straight into,
But,
he worked his way up, yeah.
Yeah, do your apprenticeship.
They do a lot of stuff.
I've seen the salon. He was probably the top student.
But the thing is, I mean, in a way, this is linked to the one in the salon. He could cut hair, but he'd never be allowed to work on the till, right? But these tests that they've been doing now.
Why? Are they not trustworthy?
Well, they've had problems understanding money, right? But they've got one recently that they've been teaching about the value of money and showing it that to get this money you've got to work hard, you've got to save your money, and when it's saved,
No, it's all bollocks.
you can do what you want with that money.
Yeah, it wouldn't
But
happen.
at the end of the day, these monkeys aren't on that much money.
Yeah,
So-
and they wouldn't. You could never
So-
teach a monkey the value of money.
So the thing is, they've said to these monkeys, look, there's your money.
haven't said anything
You're
to the
only getting
monkeys.
so
They
much
have, Rick.
money,
Please listen to the news.
but
It's the news.
it's important that they know how to spend that money, right? It's basic rules, really. It's what you teach a human about money, and it's what you teach kids. The
So
value of
invest
money,
wisely.
Invest and all that.
Sorry, who's
So
teaching
they got
these monkeys?
past,
Well, sorry, Carl, stop.
Just some people and that.
But who? Where are these
The
monkeys?
monkey people.
But where are these monkeys? Where are these
I
monkeys
think
being?
it's in San Francisco.
Where are these monkeys though? What are they? Are they in the shop? What are they doing? Are they in homes? What are they doing?
Just
in the
like,
zoo?
well, probably just in like some sort of science place where science people are checking out monkeys' brains and that and seeing how they work. But they're happy. They're not.
This is
cutting them that.
different to the news at 10.
So listen.
Well, yeah, but you can't interrupt the newscasters for one thing, Rick. Please.
Sorry, go on.
So there's these monkeys, right, and they've given them some money, probably about £5, and they said, right, off you go, go shopping, see who comes back with the best. Sort of, how much can you get? Like in
Ready, Steady, Cook.
where they say
Right.
there's a £5, go and get some food. Anyway, some came back and they were like, they hardly had anything. Right?
This is absolute shit.
No, listen.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
bollocks.
yeah.
Listen.
But one of them, right, he was away longer, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right, I think he came back last. But they were really impressed because he sort of said, this is amazing that you've got all this. Can't believe it. Give us the receipt, right?
Oh, this is absolute
Right, forget it then,
bollocks.
forget it.
No,
No,
listen.
forget it.
No, this is
Hear
absolute
it then.
shit.
We want to hear the end.
No.
Look, hang on a minute, right? So they said, give us the receipt and that, and they looked at it, and it was all official, right? And they went through it all, and what they were really impressed by is the way that they always went for the sort of slightly older veg, where you get 2 lots for the price of
Right,
one.
you're absolute.
So, and it just goes to show,
This is
right?
absolute bollocks.
Well,
There's
forget it
no
then.
way.
If you're not
There's
gonna-
no way.
Forget it.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, you.
Right, this week the monkey news is about, we all know, like, there's monkeys knocking about that aren't happy in this
Right, yeah.
country.
Sure.
Aren't they?
It is a big problem, yeah, it's an epidemic.
So they've set up like this sanctuary place
Okay.
where they all go. The ones that aren't happy in a zoo and what have you, it's getting them down.
They can phone a number and they'll come and pick them up.
Pop them in this house place, right? And basically they can run riot in there.
Yeah.
They get freedom to sort of cheer themselves up. It's like, don't have a go at them. If they want to do such a thing, let them have a go and what have you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's 3 people running this place, right? And one of them.
Sorry, where is this place for wayward chimps who don't like the zoo? What are you talking about? A house where they can do what they want?
I'm not sure where it is,
That's a surprise. Go on.
but there's this place anyway. It doesn't matter where it is, does it? At the end of the day, I'm just telling you what the problem is. We haven't got to the problem bit yet.
Go on.
I'm just building up to it, right? So these monkeys, big house and that,
PlayStation, anything they want.
gym, all that lot. swimming.
Jim.
So anyway, I'll cut to the chase, whatever. One of them wanted to mess about with the woman's breasts.
Which woman's breasts?
The woman who works there,
Right.
right? And she was like, right, pack it in, we've all had a bit of fun. You've been in the gym and everything. She obviously, got a bit excited and
fired
that.
up,
He was
yeah.
fired up and that, ready for some more action and that. He's trying to have a go on this woman's breast, right? She was like,
Have a
no.
go.
She was like, no, you're not doing that. Pack it in and all that. The boss who's running the place was like, come on, let him have a go.
No, Right, you're talking shit.
I'm telling you what, I know sometimes I step over the mark and they made
Right,
up.
so where is this place where, well, one, where is this house where chimps are allowed to do what they want? And two, where is this place where one of the bosses, one of the human bosses, suggests to the other one, oh, if the chimp wants to play with your tits, love, let the chimp play with your tits.
I've said before, Rick, will you please stop interrupting
No,
this
but listen,
news?
it's alright, Steve, because what I'll do, I'll bring the link and you can put the link on the website and people can have a look at the proper story. I'm just giving it them in a, like, headline form here. They can read the full thing.
No, you've only read the headline form.
I haven't read it. I sort of read like the first.
It was
paragraph.
probably monkey feels a right tit, and you've extrapolated all this from that.
So anyway, right? So he's there, and he's.
So the boss says, yeah, you can have a group.
Saying, yeah, the boss is saying, let him have a
Come
go.
on, Rita. If monkey wants to play with nipples, let him.
So she's like, I'm not happy with this, and he's going, come on, you know the rules here. We've got to cheer these monkeys up.
Oh, this is absolute.
Actually, no, and in the end, because she didn't allow it to happen, the fella bloke sacked her, got someone else in. This isn't made up. I will put the link on the website and everyone can have a look at it, but basically...
I want to see the advert he put in the Guardian media page. I love that. Woman wanted to let chimp feel tits whenever it wants.
Well, it's all up there.
You're talking absolute shit again.
So anyway, that reminded me, because we were talking about other amazing stuff that Ricky told me to find out about. Steve, are you aware of bonobos?
We mentioned them earlier. I'm not particularly familiar with bonobos.
Right.
It sounds like a cream cake.
No, they were a sort of a chimpanzee, but more advanced than the traditional chimpanzee. They live in one sort of particular area, and you know, it's the sort of closest animal to the missing link. They're very intelligent. They take on a lot of social aspects of human. They have sex for pleasure and no other.
Steve's looking annoyed.
He's done ya. Yeah, what did you find out about
apparently, I found out it's 98% not human, this kind of thing. It's nearly human, but it's not.
We share 98% of DNA with it.
Yeah, 98%.
It's a higher percentage than you.
They have sex for pleasure.
They do look a bit like him, though. They've got a little round head, haven't they?
But,
and they're much more upright than the, you know, they've got a more flexible.
I sort of get bored with animals that are, like, classed as being intelligent, right? So when you told me...
I get bored with them.
Because they're not doing enough, they're not playing Nintendo.
Do you know, like, that people always rave on about dolphins, saying, oh, they're really bright and that?
Yeah.
You know, I was having an argument with Suzanne about it, and she goes, oh, yeah, dolphins are really intelligent. And I said, but what? What have they done? So she said, well, they use them in wars, they strap bombs to the back to go out to boats, to then blow up the boats.
Yeah, they're trained,
Well, that isn't that bright. If it was really bright, it'd go, I'm not doing that.
Well, no, they leave them. They don't blow themselves up. They... anyway, but...
Right, well... So anyway, so bonobos, really bright and that. Now, I was looking at them, and they are, you know, they're saying... You know, they're just like humans, basically, right? But what I was thinking is... I didn't have a chance to ask you. If you got a mentalist...
Right.
And put the bonobo in an exam...
Okay. What do you mean a mentalist? What do you mean?
Well, you know, someone who's, you know, a little bit... just a little bit slower than me. And put them in an exam... What would happen?
Right, okay, you've got to be clearer here, Karl. What are you saying? Are you saying pit the wits of a bonobo against...
someone who's educationally subnormal?
Yeah. What do you reckon?
I don't know where to start.
No, but if they're that good, why aren't they being used in labour and stuff? Do you know what I mean?
What in the late? What do you mean in the government?
Like, you know, like some jobs that they could do. Why hasn't someone caught onto it and thought, well, hang on a minute?
Sorry, I'm not familiar with the bonobo. Seriously, could it do a job of work? How advanced are these creatures?
Lots of animals do job of work. I think Karl wants this bonobo to start going to work with an umbrella and a bowler hat and have sort of like rudimentary language skills like morning.
So so I couldn't employ the bonobo to be my PA. It's not. I mean, how advanced are they? Could I teach you to go in the shops and collect something and bring it home?
But you can teach a dog to do that.
Yeah.
It depends what you mean by intelligence, social interaction, also dexterity capability, you know.
Could it produce this show?
Yes, I'd have thought it could randomly.
Yeah, just by pressing the buttons, it could do a better job.
It depends what you're asking, Karl. What you mean is, could a chimp beat a thick human at an intelligence test?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it depends on what the problem with the human is, doesn't it? Right. First of all, mental illness has nothing to do with intelligence. Let's get that straight. That's one thing. Mental people aren't necessarily less or intelligent than people.
Now, is that the clinical term?
Well, exactly.
A mentalist.
A mentalist. Sometimes I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to start with where he's going wrong with the question, to answer it, to find out what he really means, because
it's just that if that did happen, right?
What could happen? You want the Planet of the Apes, don't you?
Here we go.
Go on.
Right? I go to school. I go to a new school.
Yeah.
I go in the class. There's 3 bonobos sat on the back row.
Yeah.
Right? I think it would make
They're
everybody...
bad kids, are they?
Everybody would work harder, because you go, well, I don't want a monkey beating me. Whereas when I went to
you think
school...
they'd be an incentive?
Yeah.
Well, I think...
Okay, they go, oh, go on. What do you mean?
No, I would have loved it, because, I mean, one of the reasons I didn't like school is it's like, oh, I'm not bothered. You know, I'm not bothering going in today. I'd love it if I went in and someone said, right, you're going to start coming again. Why is that? We've got 3 bonobos in your class.
What if they didn't hang out together, like the 2 little, kids with the webbed hands and the big heads?
What if they started bullying you? Stealing your pocket money?
Well, maybe go in, I'd stop
maybe
going.
copying you, maybe making you do their homework.
Yeah. They did find out you...
To be honest, it would probably be the other way round. And he'd score better.
Yeah. Karl, have you been copying?
Have you been copying the bonobos again?
Have you been copying Boo Boo again?
They're good though, aren't it?
But we've got a new feature, haven't we?
Which one's this?
Are we doing, within the monkey news, the new feature?
Oh, Steve.
I'm excited. You know, Monkey News is my favourite feature, so what have you added to it?
Explain it.
Right, well, there's been loads of stuff going on in the past few weeks, right? But for the times when I struggle, when sort of monkeys have had a quiet week, and there isn't that much news going on, right? Come up with this thing. I sort of speak to an expert. I've spoke to him already.
You spoke to an expert, a monkey expert?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I ask him a question.
Wow.
Right? The feature, it's got a good name. You know, that's the way I work.
Yep.
Cheap as chimps. Right?
Okay.
And what I do, I ask them a question about, you know, how much does it cost to, you know, keep one? How much does it cost to, you know, feed one for a week?
Yeah.
All this sort of stuff. So I give out, like, a monkey story, and if that isn't enough for people, they'll also learn something else at the end of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like...
It sounds fascinating, can I say right now?
Right. It's about, a chimp, right?
Surprising.
Spoke to an expert about him.
Who was the expert?
Someone at London Zoo.
Okay.
How many bananas do you think the little chimp that they've got at London Zoo eats a day?
Right. How many bananas does a little chimp at London
Can
Zoo
they call
eat?
in for this?
No, I'd leave it. I'm just testing it out on Steve, because we've already got an email thing going on here.
So how many bananas do they eat a day? One chimp per day, how many bananas?
Yeah.
How many bananas does a chimp eat a day? And does this mean that... Because sometimes I've seen them on the telly, they peel one, they'll just eat a bit of it, then they'll throw it away. We're talking a whole banana?
How many bananas does it eat a day?
How many bananas do you eat a day?
Getting angry. Come on.
Well, I'll try and have 2 if I've got time, but I'm pretty busy.
Well, I'll go... swinging on your tyre.
How many do you
I
reckon?
think a little monkey, a tiny little monkey, per day, over the course of a day, I reckon he probably eats 15 bananas.
Right, Ricky, what are you going for? Little chimp at London Zoo.
But hold on, but presumably they don't only feed it bananas. So
Okay.
so the question is,
It's how many bananas does it eat? Come on,
yeah,
Rick.
but how many does it get given? It would eat 15 if it was given 15, but it might be given one slice of banana, 15 oranges, 200 potatoes, and some lettuce.
How many bananas does it eat? Come on. It's
5.
have a guess.
5?
Yeah.
Right. It's only 1.
Yeah, because it only gets given one.
Cheap as chimps.
What?
So, it's pretty cheap to have a chimp.
Right. I'm on your side now, Steve.
I don't understand what happened then. What, so at the end of it, you always shout cheap as chimps. Is that what? That's the quiz, is it?
All right. Right, we've done that. Monkey news. Right, straight. Let's hit them dead. Let's go straight with cheap as chimps, Karl.
Right, well, this will probably finish today, to be honest. Oh, right? Because what if we looked at it, cheapest chimps, we found out that...
They eat one banana. Next, go on, do this one.
banana a day and that.
Yeah, that's
right,
it, brilliant.
So what...
It was a long-running feature, go on.
Sorry, can I just ask again, what are the rules with cheapest chimps?
It's just, you know, if you wanted a chimp, how much would it sort of cost you?
Brilliant. Title come first?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
As always, that's the way they do it. Right? Cheapest chimps. I thought I'll go online and see, you know, if I could buy one. How much do you reckon?
£6,000.
To buy a chimp?
Yeah.
Oh no, ridiculous amount. Where can you buy them from? What sources? You shouldn't be able to buy them.
eBay.
What do you mean, buy a chimp? From who?
There was this website that was selling stuff.
What, you could actually
What are you talking about?
Right, here we go then, right? I looked at it. Here's some of the other animals that were on there.
No, wait a minute. What, are these poachers?
I don't know.
What, the zoos that got bored with them? Where can you buy a chimp?
I don't want to give it a plug.
Right,
Some
go on
website,
then.
right?
So what are the other animals available?
Right, well, I'll give you some prices with the other animals, then you can try and work out if it's cheap as chimps, right? So, right, a camel. What do you reckon?
£25,000.
Right, $8,000 for a camel, right? Sloth,
40 quid.
$3,000.
Right.
Last one, Bengal tiger,
Oh, that's got to be pricey. $12,000.
$1,800.
What?
Yeah.
Karl, this is an awful website. That can't be true, mate.
Right,
That's
so,
awful.
a chimp,
Well, a chimp,
$5,000.
I'm going to go with $1,000.
55,000.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
But I don't know what to say because this is rubbish anyway. What website can you buy? Okay, get me a tiger. Here's £1,000. Get me a tiger.
well, I don't know.
You're an idiot.
Postage and packages and...
Sorry, so where does the cheapest chimps element come in?
Well, that's sort
Aren't
of
you supposed to
rounds it up.
shout, it's cheapest chimps at the end?
Well, it isn't. That's why I want to finish the feature. Right then. Well, got an email from John. You know, if you've got any monkey news going on in your area,
Let us know, podcast@rickyggervais.com.
Oh God, amazing!
just bung it on email. And this one's sent in from John. Don't know where he is. But do you know, like, they're running out of TV ideas and that?
They're running out of TV ideas.
Well, you know,
Are they?
they've done a lot of stuff. I mean, if you had to come up with a TV idea now, you struggle, don't you? Because every idea you come up with, it's kind of been done on it.
Sure.
Okay.
Right? It's like inventions and that. Right?
They're not getting monkeys to come up with TV ideas, are they?
Well, no, right? But there's a TV channel in Moscow, right? And I think they had a bit of bad luck or something, a lot of redundancies and that, right? And whoever was in charge of it got a bit mental and got rid of loads of people, right?
Yeah.
And they come in the next day and they were like, right, are we ready to go live and that? And someone comes running in with a clipboard saying, we haven't got any people left, right, to present.
That's such nonsense.
Right, tell you what. Right, okay, carry on.
So he goes, what?
If just one employee turns out to be Simeon and is doing a good job, I'm never doing this radio show again.
So this TV channel, you know, he's having a lot of problems and that. They've got to go live, right? He's like, what am I going to do? Anyway, for some reason, right, there was a chimp knocking about.
For some reason, that's the key piece of
No,
information,
boy, it
but we
doesn't
didn't get it. We
matter,
didn't get it.
doesn't matter, does it?
It doesn't
matter, it does.
It doesn't matter. Imagine
Anyway.
if that was in a film. And they're going, well, I can't see where this plot go. Well, he's just there. He's just there.
So anyway, so he sort of says, get it in a suit, right?
Why?
So, because they're running out of ideas, the clock's ticking, they've got to go live with something.
What do you mean? What he's
What, is it a
presenting?
news programme?
He's
Well, listen,
presenting.
Listen, it's a chat show. I'm not...
They can't
Again,
talk!
don't have a go at me, have a go at John, who sent this in.
Right,
And
be
this is-
quiet, let's hear it. Let's hear the end.
So anyway, so like I say, so going live, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, what have you? Chimp sat there on the chair. He was like, look, let's just get through tonight's show and worry about this tomorrow, right?
What are you talking about? So they put a chimp in a suit. What was that handmade, or were the sleeves a bit short on him? You idiot, think!
So anyway, it's sat there, right, and they're going, right, here we go, good luck everyone, right?
Yeah.
Chimp's there.
What programme is this?
It's a chat show.
But whose chat show is it?
Well, it's the monkeys.
I like the fact that
It's the monkeys now, is it?
I like the fact that they put the chimp in a suit. It's like, no one's going to take this chat show seriously if he's not dressed up, if he's not smart.
Slovenly, look at that slovenly ape.
So anyway, let's get to the point of it and that, right? So anyway, they go on, right? It's all going
Didn't
brilliantly.
happen. There's no way this happened.
Here's a fundamental
anyway.
question. How was the chimp asking questions?
Not sure about that bit, but all I've got is the stuff that was on the news site for this. Like I say,
But it's rubbish!
Yeah, but I'll give you some facts. I've told you, there's a TV channel in Moscow that's having problems, right? I've explained that bit.
It's rubbish.
They've got rid of the presenters, the monkey sat there, right? Don't worry about it anyway, I'm telling you, it goes alright.
It goes okay, in case you were worried, Rick.
He's sat there, right?
Absolute
They get to
shit.
the first break, they're like, can't believe it, right? You know, viewing figures and that, they're loving it, right?
What? No, what? How did they know the viewing figures in the break?
Please do not interrupt the news.
What did the chimp
At
do in
end
the
of it,
first half?
They had a big guest on that week, and
And what did he do? Just talk to
was
himself?
They walked on.
So Cher comes on,
I'm
yeah.
not sure, but say if it is Cher, right?
No,
Like,
what-
the main gaffer is like going, oh, Cher's going to go mental at us, right, for putting
Say
on
it
with the
is.
monkey.
No, it is Cher.
No, it's
In
Cher.
his mind, it's Cher sitting there talking to a chimp in a suit.
So anyway, she
and they're
comes
filming
off-
it for Moscow TV, and the ratings are going through the roof.
Presumably there's a translator, because Cher doesn't speak either Russian or chimp.
So she comes off, right, and the bloke who's in charge is like, she's going to go mad. She's going to go mad here. She walks up, she goes, I love that. Right? She said that's one of the best interviews, right? So anyway, they decided, right, it went so well, kept him on. He's still there.
I love the fact that Cher was an idea that Steve threw up, and now she's going, I love that, I love that, I love that, Jim, get me back there. I want to go to Moscow, never mind. Unbelievable.
Don't have a go at me, have a go at John, but, you know, if you've got any monkey news, send it in.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news, you
This week, what I thought I'd do, right, because we're getting loads of emails from people who haven't really heard much of the monkey news that I've done in the past, right? And a lot of people are sending through one of the first ones that I did that was a good monkey news. I think it's worth hearing again, just in case you forgot about it, because it's sort of classic monkey news. I don't know if you want a different jingle.
Well, no, I mean, it's just, you know, if it's anything that you've ever said, it's not true anyway,
Well,
so carry on.
Well, it was a true one, because this is the one that, like, this is like world-known monkey news. A lot of people will send this through. It's the most popular one, right? And it's about this monkey that was knocking about called Ollie, right? It's called Oliver.
Yeah.
And it was in this zoo, and it was the only monkey in there, right? So
This is the one they think was the missing link. It was half human, half ape. That programme on television, because it had bald, it looked like you, which doesn't mean it's half anything.
it might have been that one. What happened is it was in the zoo and stuff, and it was getting a bit lonely because, like, it was sharing its sort of time with, say, an elephant and a giraffe and
No,
that.
it doesn't happen.
And they didn't really
No,
get on that well.
Wait, they do
No,
not
but let me
put,
just tell you.
they do not put chimpanzees in with, well, it's not true. Why would he share his time with an elephant and a giraffe?
Gervais, it was some kind of flat share. They put an advert in the student union.
Yeah,
saying,
yeah, but
we've got 2 rooms to let.
African mammal wanted.
Well,
Not
anyway,
specific.
but
A mammoth and
What I'm saying is, there was other elephants to knock about with and that. The monkey, it was the only one there. So what happened is, the zookeeper
Right.
felt a bit sorry for him.
Right.
He was like, oh, look, he's looking all fed up and that.
Yeah.
And like you say, I think he went a bit bald because he was bored and that. So he started to sort of get pally with him. So at lunchtime, when the zookeeper was sat on the wall having his, like, ham butties or whatever, he'd sort of go, you alright? And it used to come over closer and closer, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, within a month, he was sat on the wall having his lunch with him, right? And
What's what wall?
just a little wall in the zoo.
So they let the monkey out. The monkey could come and go. He had his own
Well,
door
it's
key.
just near where the monkey is, it used to just pop
Oh,
over.
these blinking latchkey monkeys.
I know, yeah. He was 21. Yeah, go on.
Sit there having his butty and that
Yeah.
with the monkey and
Yeah.
stuff. And anyway,
The ham
as
butty,
time went on, because the zookeeper back then, zoos weren't as popular as they are now, so it was only it was him on his own really. So he found like the monkey was the closest
Rubbish.
thing.
Absolute rubbish. The
to
zoo
another-
cannot run with one
This is a
zookeeper.
true thing. I mean, this
It's
is what
not,
I'm saying.
you
A lot of
know,
people.
it's
The height
Yeah.
of popularity for zoos surely was in the Victorian era. So
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
what's-
You're
But anyway,
talking-
go on.
carry on.
But
Okay.
you're sort of, picking up on little things that
aren't
aren't important. It
sure.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, that
But
aren't true.
anyway,
Go
so
on.
he sat there, and as time goes on,
Yeah.
he's sort of sat with him most of the day. Monkeys
Yeah.
walking around with him, helping feed the other animals and that.
No.
But then what happened is the zookeeper, at the end of the night, when he's, like, locking up and stuff, he'd feel bad, because he'd be leaving the zoo, and, like, Ollie's sat there, and he's like, I'll see you tomorrow, and the monkey's like, yeah, all right, see you later. Looking all fed up, because he's got home to go to, and he's still stuck in where he's basically working every day. Right, so he's never going home, right?
Now he's sleeping at work, the monkey.
So anyway, the zookeeper goes home, says to his wife, look, Ollie's having a bit of a time at the moment. She said, oh yeah, what's going on? He said, well, he's just looking a bit fed up, you know, he's sick of it. So she said, bring him home. So he said, well, I did want to ask, but I didn't want to force it, you know.
This conversation didn't happen.
So anyway.
I love that he's giving it in such detail.
Yeah, I know, it didn't happen.
So
this is
anyway.
in your head.
So she said, yeah, bring it home tonight. So anyway, he's looking forward to going into work and that. He sees Ollie. He doesn't tell him straight away.
It's a surprise for him later.
Oh, God.
So they go through the day, you know, usual stuff, feeding the elephants and all that. It gets to the point when it's like, they have the lunch and that. It gets to the end of the day.
Yeah.
And, sort of Ollie's there, he's looking at him like as if to say, well, there you go, another day, another busy day and that.
Little does he know.
See you tomorrow and stuff. Anyway, he's like, get your coat. He's like, what?
Coat? What do you mean, get your coat?
Whatever the equivalent is, right? Whatever you say to a monkey, it was kind of like, you know, you coming with me sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's going, oh, brilliant. Anyway,
No, he's not!
so
What do you mean he's going brilliant?
He takes
Look,
it home,
so he gets his hat and coat.
He gets his hat and coat,
And he
can't believe his luck, right? He goes back to the zookeeper's house. Everything's going well for about a week and a half.
Right. Has he
He's
got his
at
own
home.
room?
He still goes, like, to work and stuff.
To the zoo, yeah.
To the zoo.
He doesn't work there.
And then he comes back with the zookeeper. But anyway, what ended up happening is, so anyway, he's back at the house, and it's going well for about a week and a half. Treating him really well. He's sat there, you know, he's having a brandy at night before he goes to bed. Zookeeper noticed that when he took it back to work, it was kind of getting flashbacks of not having a good time in the zoo, right? So he was like, this isn't helping him out. He's happy when he's at home with the brandy and the fags and that. When he comes back here, he's starting to look a bit fed up. So he said to his wife, look, you're at home all day, right?
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to work. I'll leave it with you, right? So Ollie stays at home.
Yeah.
Anyway, as time goes on,
Yep.
a little bit of trouble. Whilst the fella's busy at work, grafting, paying the bills and that for Ollie at home, Ollie starts getting a little bit cheeky. Tries it on with the missus.
Right. Whoa.
Right.
How does a monkey try it on with the missus?
Are you
So this
talking shit?
is classic monkey news. And
How does it try it on with the
So he's
missus?
a bit drunk. He stinks of smoke. He tries it on with the missus. How does he try it on with her?
I don't know all the detail on
You don't know
on that
any
bit.
of the
I don't know
details.
the detail on that bit. But
You don't
all I
know any of the
No, I don't know
details.
the details on that bit.
You
but
don't
I
know any of the details.
So what happened? So while the zookeeper's away, the monkey did play. What happened? Did the zookeeper's wife reciprocate these affections?
Just a little bit of, like, you know, little bit of fun, I suppose. She probably went along with that at first. You know, she's cooking at home, getting the tea ready. That's walking past, pinching her arse or whatever. And it's, do you know what I mean? It starts off just like it does, you know, with humans. Starts off as a bit of fun. Before you know it, you know, split up in the end. Anyway, the zookeeper and the what's it? I think the monkey stayed with the woman.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right. Well, this one sent in from Sam in New York, right? And it's about a fire that happened, right? In a really, do you know, like in New York, they have loads of big buildings, don't they?
Yeah.
Right, really, really tall ones.
Skyscrapers.
And stuff. Yeah. And there was a fire in one of them, right? So they did as expected. They called up, you know, fire brigade and that. They turned up, right? Fire engine parked up. It's like, right, where's the fire? And they said, oh, it's on like floor 100 or whatever. And they said, oh no, we've brought the fire engine with the short ladders.
Stupid mistake, but go on.
Right? So anyway, so the fire's going and that, and they're saying, is there anyone in there? They go, I don't know, there might be someone up there, but you know, the telecom's not working and
Who
stuff.
do you think might be up there, Rick?
I don't know. But
Just a woman, I imagine. Just a woman or a child.
is there a fireman that could climb up a building at all without a
That seems
ladder?
unlikely, but go on.
Go on.
So anyway, so they said, well, how are we going to get up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't.
But they've only brought the short ladders.
No, we can't. Let's go home.
Yeah.
Okay, that was monkey news.
So they said, well, there's a lot of, like, grippage.
Because they made up words. The fireman, yeah. The NYPD fireman.
There's a lot of grippage
On the side of the building and stuff. So anyway, they said, why don't we just go and get a monkey, right? So they got a monkey.
Whoa, that's a bit of a jump.
Is
They
that
just-
policy now in the New York Fire Department?
Well, you know, you've got to think quick, haven't you? At the end of the day, if people are up there, you don't start querying if it'll work or not. You try everything that you can to help someone out, right?
That's the first thing I thought of, was it a monkey?
So it was quicker for them to go and get a monkey than to go back and get the long ladders.
Why don't they get
Okay, fair enough.
Why don't they get Spider-Man?
Yeah, call Spider-Man.
Yeah, call Spider-Man.
So anyway, so they got a monkey down there, and they said, right, well,
Where'd they get it from?
We don't know, from the local zoo or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So they said, look, let's, we've got to remember there could be someone up there,
Right.
and it'll shock them a bit. if a monkey comes in, right?
Yeah.
So they said,
Yeah, I don't think they'd care.
Get it
If their building's on fire, they're not going to go, oh, it's weird, there's a monkey at the window. They'd be screaming, save me! Oh, there's a monkey. Oh, where are you from then?
So they said, right, we'll just get it as a little small uniform and that, the smallest you've got.
But, whoa, hold on though. Actually, where are you going to get that? I'm going back to the station. We'll get the long ladders while you're there.
No time.
No time. No, I bought the small uniform. I just didn't bring the long
Yeah.
ladders. You're an idiot.
So anyway, it goes up there. It's got all the kit on and what. It's got its little ardent on and all that. It grabs. There was like a little person up there. Manages to grab that.
Not
give it
a midget.
Who was up there then?
It was just
Someone that was just the right size for a monkey to be able to rescue, which is handy. Because if it had been anyone else, like a larger person or a family, we'd all be screwed.
No, I don't know about the size of it, but it's just the story saying how like it was quite a big monkey, and that it was good at breaking down doors.
Oh, yeah.
It was good at climbing into small spaces and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Anyway,
But
it managed
so it's big enough to carry a fully grown man, but small enough to climb through a cat flap.
yeah,
Sure.
So
Which is handy.
So anyway, it managed to
Did
get
it have
the
the boots
person.
on as well?
It got the person and everything, and now it says it's sort of it's on call if they ever need it again. So-
Sure, and if they ever get anywhere again and they've forgotten the long ladders, but there's plenty of grippage, they just call for Coco.
So that's this week's monkey.
Yeah, it's monkey news time.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news, you.
Right. Last week we talked about the one who was good at getting up buildings and that for putting out fires and stuff. Ended up working for the fire department.
Yeah, not true, but
Sure. But if the building had good grippage, he was right up there.
yeah, it's not true. But go on.
So this week anyway, it's more about tall buildings and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It was this bloke who was a builder.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And you know what builders are like? They sort of move about, don't they, from sort of building to building, just building.
Well, yeah. Well, once they've built it, the building's done, and they move on to build some more.
Building to building, just
Where-
building, yeah.
So he goes to his next job and that, right?
Who does, the builder?
The builder.
Yep.
He goes to like the
The
boss,
new building.
the boss of this building, who's building it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And he says what unto him?
Do you need anything building?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, he says, yeah, there's plenty of work and that going about.
Yep.
He said, we're working on this one here. He said, get going on it, like, there's your bricks and your cement and stuff, get on with it.
Yeah.
Any plans? Just build.
Just start building.
Yeah. Go up.
they're getting on with it and stuff, it's all going well.
Yep.
But he notices that there's someone working high up, right, on the
Okay.
top bit.
Sure.
Because do you know, like, there's girders and stuff on these big
Yeah.
buildings?
Yeah.
And he's still building the bottom bit,
And
which
he's
is
still,
weird.
yeah, well, that's the way they do it there, apparently, just to sort of speed it up, work from top to middle, from top to bottom. if you
Sure.
know what I mean.
That's in imaginary land.
We
So
put
anyway.
the spire on, now we better do the foundations,
Yeah.
and then put some stuff in the middle to keep it up there.
So anyway, he's saying to, like, the other workers, he's going, who's that up there?
Who's that up
Like,
there?
He's working on his own.
The little fella, was he?
And,
The little hairy fella up there.
He's the little hairy fella up there with the hard hat.
and the other fellas are going, look, don't ask questions, the boss decides who he takes on, we're happy to be getting paid here.
Don't ask questions! Well, I'll see him when he comes down.
So he said, well, it's pretty impressive, the work rate he's doing, the way he's getting from one girder to the other. He doesn't
Swinging,
seem-
is he?
He doesn't seem to be scared of the heights or anything. He said, no, just let him get on with it, we work well as a team. So anyway,
What nonsense is
So-
this?
so-
He believes all this.
Yep.
so he sees the boss and he goes, that fella up there, who's the fella up there? He's pretty good. And he's like, look, just get on with the job, I'll pay you, let's just all get on with our jobs and that. Lunchtime comes, they're all sat on a little wall having the sandwiches, he's thinking he'll come down in a bit. He's just carrying on.
Is he just still going?
Still going on that, right? So the fella says to the boss man, he says, isn't that fella up there going to come down and join us for lunch? He said, like I said, mate, don't worry about him, right? He
He's
said,
very
"Look,"
secretive. I'm suspicious about this fella. I don't know.
Yeah,
why,
I don't know.
I don't know why he's working through his lunch. I don't know why he's not scared of heights. I don't know why he's swinging from girder to girder. It's weird. Go on.
So he said, oh, anyway, you've reminded me that he's up there. he said he's doing a lot of riveting and stuff up there. He probably needs some more nuts to...
Right, sure. And what kind of nuts is that? Is that nuts to food, or...?
So he said, what, nuts? He said, yeah, just, there's a bag full of them there. Just put them on the hook, send them up, and he can get on with his job. So anyway, he picks these nuts up, right?
Yep.
Just hooks them on. He thinks they're not that heavy, considering, you know, I mean, they're normally pretty heavy, aren't they? Like nuts
big
and
bag of
bolts and
nuts,
stuff.
yeah.
So anyway, he has a little glance in.
Oh, no, what's in there?
Nuts.
What, you mean nuts that you can eat?
Nuts that you can eat,
Oh.
right? So they send the bag up, and he's thinking, what's all that about? He checks him out, starts to stare, works it out. You can see that he's a little chimp running about. So he goes, I'm not happy with this.
Why
So-
isn't he?
Because he's working for an organisation that's, you know, there's unions for this sort of stuff, isn't there?
Yeah, he's not going, that's amazing. They've got a chimp riveting this building together.
Yeah.
That's not scary. He's wondering if they're breaking union rules.
So he goes...
You don't have to talk
So he goes and has a word with
He
the boss.
goes to the boss and he goes, look, I've worked out what you're playing at here.
Yeah.
He said, all them out
Is the
there...
boss sitting in a tyre?
He said, all them lot out there might not be wise to what's going on here. He
Yeah.
said, but I've clocked it, and you're sending nuts up to it. It's a monkey, it's not on. So he goes, look, you know, we're just all trying to earn a living here. He said, don't get involved in it. I'm happy to pay you, but I'm paying him. Don't interfere.
He's paying him.
And he's saying, look, I'm just not happy with this. It's not allowed. So the boss was saying, well...
We
to be
pay
honest,
peanuts, we get monkeys.
He said, to be honest, mate, you know, he's a great worker. He's known for doing what he does. He's a good grafter. If one of you's going to go, right, I'm afraid I'll have to let you go, because he's been here longer than that.
Yeah.
He was made redundant.
None of
because
that
the monkey-
happened.
He was laid off.
None of that happened.
He's laid off from that. And that's
No.
where that saying about, you know, like there's a lot of tower blocks and that in America. It's like the chimp off the old block is where... So that's monkey news. Right, do you know it's nearly time for the Winter Olympics again?
Okay.
Is it? Okay.
They sort of come round every 4 years.
Is it this year, is it?
Yeah. And the last one that happened,
4 years ago, yeah.
there was a bit of an incident.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, I'd know about this then, because it would be
Well, it'd be
Well-
big news, because it's a well-known...
televised as well.
Yeah.
It's,
Do you remember any winners that were monkeys? In any of the
No,
tournaments?
of course
No,
not.
No.
So,
Yeah.
it's
So
not
anyway-
going to be that, because it wouldn't be true. Go
Oh,
on.
yeah.
So anyway, one of the popular events, bobsleigh.
Okay, right.
You know, you know how it works.
Well, you
It's
need
like a
4
sleigh.
men. Is it 4 men or 5
4 men.
It's 4. So it's definitely 4 men that you need
Needs
on a
4
bobsleigh
men.
team.
Is it, and there's two team bobsleigh as
But
well.
they're always men. Is that right, Rick?
Well, yeah, they have to be.
Anyway,
Humans.
Well, that's be humans. Yeah, it's the Winter Olympics with.
Yeah, so let me just clarify. With the Winter Olympics, you can't have any animals taking part.
No, and they also no, because they wouldn't be allowed. And two, there's no way they could disguise it, because not only would they see it straight away, right, but they have blood tests,
Right, okay, so,
which would show up.
so they definitely know if it was
Well, they have
any
blood
kind of
tests.
non-human.
It's impossible. It would be literally impossible to have anything other than a human
Taking
involved
part.
in a bobsleigh team.
Fine, okay, so carry on.
So anyway, this country, I don't want to name them because they try to shake off this sort of, you know, this bad news.
Oh yeah, and you don't know.
And
Because
it
it's not
didn't
true. Yeah.
So anyway, the country was doing really well in the qualifying stages.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem was there was like 2 members
Mm.
who were getting all like the press and stuff,
Oh right, yeah.
and one of them never got a look in. Right.
How tall was he?
Anyway, so this one member was getting fed up because the other 2 were getting all the press and what have you. So he said, I'm not happy with this.
Yeah.
I'm jacking it in. So they were like, you're joking, we've qualified, we're getting into like the main race and everything. You can't leave us now. And he said, well, you could do it all on your own before, you know, the way you were acting and that, you didn't need me, so I'm going. So they were like, oh.
Well, they need to replace him because there's a certain amount of people needed.
So anyway, so the clock's ticking, it's getting close to the big race and
Of
everything.
course it is, yeah.
They're like, what are we going to do here?
The substitute
What-
they took with them.
What are they
Well,
going
they
to do?
must have.
Yeah, they would take the substitute. So get him
No,
on.
they didn't have any of them and that. It's,
What?
you know, a lot of injuries and stuff.
Or just get a mate to do it, just get a mate or a friend,
Yeah,
or the coach to do it, yeah.
But, you know, there's a lot of responsibility on these people and, you know, you won't want to let your country down and that. And they're like, what are we going to do?
Get a waiter or anyone. in the
Anyway,
hotel.
the time comes to the race. Seems to be 3 people on it.
There appears to be 3, okay, yeah.
They start off, they're whizzing around the track faster than normal. They're beating their old records
Right, amazing.
because the new fella they've got a little bit smaller.
Ah!
Right?
Is he in?
So
Is he in the bobsleigh? Or is he pushing?
He's in it.
Oh, right, okay.
Right?
He's wearing a uniform and a helmet, though, we
He's got
can't see what he
helmet
looks like.
on,
We
he's
can't
got
see
the
his
kit
face.
on.
Can't see his face.
Nobody knows who he is, but
course
the
they do.
country's loving it.
Of course they
They're
do.
like, well, it looks like we're going to break all our records, you know. Good, it's good that they found someone new.
Yeah.
Bet the other fella who left is sort of kicking himself, thinking, oh, I could have been part of this. Anyway.
This wasn't a bloke that had very short legs and long arms, was it?
Anyway, what happened is, they're whizzing round the track and what have you.
Faster than ever, yeah.
Faster than ever, and the press are like going, beating all records here. They started taking photographs. Lot of flashing. Lot of flashes from the cameras and stuff.
Right, of course.
Suddenly, the bobsleigh goes a bit sort of mental and whizzes off the track, right, into like all the tyres and stuff that they have for protective.
Oh, they love tyres, don't they, bobsleigh members? Some of them sometimes you can find them swinging in one, or maybe eating a banana.
Ambulance comes rushing over and stuff. The other two members are looking pretty nervous for some reason.
Oh, what are they doing?
They're saying, look, don't take the helmet off because, you know, you can do more damage to the neck.
Well, don't tell the paramedics how to do it.
They know their job.
Yeah,
they know their job.
So they were like, just, you know, and plus, you know, he came in at last minute to help us out. He doesn't want everyone to know who he is. He's not after the limelight.
Yeah.
Like some of the members we used to have, but he just was helping his country out.
Yeah.
Leave the helmet on. Anyway, they get him in the ambulance and stuff. The other two are looking a bit worried and what have you. They're gutted, they lost the race.
The little bloke, is the bloke not saying anything? Is he not?
He's in the ambulance now.
Is he not saying anything though?
Anyway, word got out, right, from one of the ambulance drivers a few weeks down the line, once all the dust had settled on the Olympics and stuff, and light news day and stuff.
Yeah.
It was reported that one of the ambulance drivers said that on that sort of dreadful night, when, you know, the country lost out on a medal in the bobsleigh, he sort of reported that there was a monkey in the back of the ambulance. People were like going, you're joking.
I don't remember this.
Well, this is it, you see, because they sort of swept it under the carpet a little bit.
Right.
They were like, this is crazy talk.
Bullshit.
This is crazy talk.
Once talk, absolute shit. Where'd you get this from?
This is crazy talk, right?
It is crazy talk, and it's from the mouth of Karl Pilkington.
But the weird thing is that backed it up. Following week, there was a story of some people who visited the zoo, saw a chimp in a neck brace. And that's this week's Monkey News.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news!
There was this airline, and it's having a lot of problems, and a lot
What,
of
pilots too tall?
Yeah, the cabin was so tiny.
Only bananas were allowed in the cockpit for fuel.
Anyway, there was a lot of strikes going on, right?
Sure.
Because I don't know what it was about. It was over money or whatever.
Yes.
And
Well, get something that doesn't need money.
yeah, but
But what else could you pay something in,
Well,
Rick? I mean,
peanuts.
everyone would... okay, peanuts or fruit, yeah.
So anyway, the boss of the airline, he had like one pilot who he could trust, right? And that was his son.
Right.
But the problem is with a lot of these planes, you need two pilots.
Of course you do.
And he's like, if only I had two sons. But he didn't. There's no point harping on about it. Right?
Sure.
He runs an airline.
He runs an airline, yeah.
But how many pilots are there? Because there must be loads.
No, there's loads, but the problem is a lot of them are going on strike.
Ah.
And each week you can see that we're struggling here.
But how can they get... But it was just the pilots that were striking, was it?
Yeah, the pilots were striking, yeah.
So that all the ground staff and luggage handlers and all that was okay in the cab?
They were fine, it's just pilots were not happy with the deal and what have you.
Yeah.
Well, just close it down.
No
Anyway,
way, you can't do that,
no,
Rick.
I can't.
Of course you can't. It's costing him a
It's-
fortune if he closes it down.
Yeah, but what one plane's not going to make a difference in an airline, is it?
No, it's all the
It's all the
planes.
planes, mate.
Yeah, I know, exactly. So if he's only got one person he can trust, knock it on the head.
No. What's the point? You've got to keep going. You can't just nip stuff in the bud like that. If you got a dream, keep it alive.
I know, but not with one plane and your son.
So anyway,
I don't know.
Well, but that's the least of his problems, Rick, because he's got his son who's a brilliant pilot, he's the only guy he can trust, but it takes two people to fly.
Well, you can't fly it then.
So the son, he's flying the planes and that. He's getting worried for his dad because of his business. It's falling
Sure.
apart. He's like, anyway, listen,
Well, one plane won't make any difference.
don't worry about it. We've found someone who you can work with.
Okay.
And he's like, but I get past the picket line because, you know, they know I'm your son anyway and they'll leave me alone. But any other pilot, they're going to start giving him grief.
They're tearing him to shreds, yeah.
He said, don't worry about it.
Unless he could swing over the heads of all the strikers.
He said he's staying over near the sort of quarantine area where all the animals are kept and stuff.
okay.
They won't be looking in there. They won't bother.
No.
So he's like, all right.
There's no animal that could be a co-pilot, that's why.
I'll see you. He'll meet up with you in the cockpit. I'm like,
He'll be having the cockpit, yeah, sure.
So anyway, he gets in there. He meets them. At first, a little bit of a shock who he's going to be working with, but
Why?
he's thinking, as long as I can keep my dad's business alive, I can
Not
keep
with
a
one
job.
plane. Not
So
with one plane.
anyway, what happens is the strike's going on. he's flying. He's got his mate with him flying, helping out.
Who's his mate? What's his mate's
flights,
name?
The flights are brilliant, right? Everybody's loving them. They can't believe how smooth they are.
Sure.
You know, the shares are going through the roof. Everybody's like wanting to
Because
fly.
this one plane they've got.
That wouldn't make any difference.
Everyone's saying, you know, it's only a small plane, but it's worth getting on there.
And
if
it's
you
a
can.
small plane as
because
well.
it's a great experience.
Gone under, I'd have thought. There's
So
no
anyway-
way they can keep that alive.
Apparently they can.
So they're keeping this plane up in the air and what have you, and everybody's you know booking the holidays. It's almost like the favourite bit of the holiday. They're loving the flights that much.
Why?
Because it's really good flights.
I don't
understand what difference
Apparently it's a great flight.
it makes.
It's
I don't
dynamite.
So
understand
anyway,
what difference it makes.
Everyone's happy. Then one day, what happens is a little bit of a problem.
Oh dear. You're not going to tell us that sort of co-pilot Coco he's not able to make it to work, is he?
Well, what happened is one woman who was on the plane got a bit peckish,
Right.
and said to the air hostess woman, said, "I'm a little bit peckish. Have you got any sort of nibbles and that?" She went, "No, I got a sandwich." She said, "I don't really want a sandwich. You want something, you know, like the usual stuff that planes give out, just like a bag of nuts or something."
What, are they not giving those out yet?
So no, they don't give it for some reason. She was like, "Look, we've stopped giving out the nuts. We can get you a sandwich."
strange,
And the woman's like, "I don't want a sandwich. I just want some nuts." Do you know what I mean? A sandwich is quite a big meal and what have you. I just want some nibbles, some nuts.
Well, that's not available. Done. End of story.
Can't get your nuts. She said, "Well, why aren't there any nuts?" She said, "Well, you know, the airlines had problems and stuff, and maybe that was one of the cutbacks. We've never took the nuts back on."
Yeah, sure.
So she wouldn't just leave it. She wanted the nuts, right? She's having a lovely flight and everything. She said, "I cannot complain about the flight. The
No,
flight
sure.
is brilliant.
Whoever's up there flying this plane is doing a
She's
dynamite
doing a
job.
great job, but I need some nuts."
Right.
Anyway, so the woman
There
said,
aren't any.
"There aren't
Very
any nuts."
demanding woman.
There aren't any.
It's a very demanding woman.
There aren't any.
Look, she's paid big money, right? She's probably in first class. She wants nuts, she's going to get nuts.
there aren't any. Leave it.
If she has to force her way into the cabin to get nuts, she's going to get
Well,
nuts.
she can't go there because she'll be shot. Because
So-
with security problems and that, there's no way she could ever go to the cockpit. That would never happen.
So she said, "Well, you're saying there aren't any nuts." She said, "But earlier I saw you put a tray outside the cockpit, right? It had a sandwich on it, 2 Cokes and 2 bags of nuts."
Right.
She said, "So you're saying there aren't any, but the pilot's getting
Well,
them."
aren't they now? That was the last 2 packets. Done.
No.
Let's go
So
home.
so she's going, "You can't have any." No.
We know,
She goes-
we understand now there's a dispute over
So
nuts.
she said, well, I'll go and have a word with the pilot myself because you only put them out there a few minutes ago. He can't have eaten them
can't.
yet. I want
You say
some.
you
I'm
cannot
going
go-
over.
no.
I know this is it.
Yeah.
She was saying you cannot go over. She's going,
No.
"Listen,
Yeah.
I'm going to go over because I feel
no,
like
you
I'm being
can't.
lied to."
No, you can't.
So she goes,
No,
and
there's
the
no way.
pilot can
Well, they
hear all
can't get
this
in anyway.
chat about the nuts and what have you, and he's thinking, "What's going on out there?"
Yeah.
He opens the door.
Yeah.
Right? She gets a glance in. Little monkey sat there with headphones.
Fucking bollocks.
Right. Ages ago, right, about the 1950s,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
there was this gangster knocking about. And do you know how, like,
Was he called Hairy Fingers?
do you know how, like, a lot of gangsters like to get into gambling and that?
Yeah.
And, you know, like all his peers and that, all these mates who are like gangsters and stuff, they've all bought horses, right? Like they take racing and they make money from them and that, don't they?
Yeah.
So anyway, he was like,
Chuckles the Seagull was no different.
and he was like, "Yeah, that's a good thing to get into. I might get into a bit of that, right?" So he gets himself this horse, right? And there's a big race coming up. That's why he's a bit of a last minute.
And the jockey turns up and it's fine. He's a human jockey and it's fine. Excellent. Okay, well that was another podcast.
So anyway,
please listen.
Oh, hang on,
next.
there's more.
Oh,
hang
go
on.
on.
So anyway, this big race is coming up. He's like, "I've got to be involved in this because
definitely.
I can make a lot of money out of my horse here."
Choose the jockey wisely then.
So he says to his mate, he said, "Look, I've got myself a horse and that." He said, "We just need a jockey, get someone to sort it out and what have you, so we can get in this race." So
The jockey club. Loads
his
of
mate's
people.
like, "Yeah, all right, I'll have a word and that, have a look round and that, see if there's anyone decent."
And the
knocking out
good
there."
thing about jockeys is there's never been a shortage of jockeys because a lot of them don't make the grade. So there's always too many jockeys to go round.
Normally, always too many human jockeys.
Yeah. There's never a problem getting jockeys.
Fine.
Go on.
So anyway, so he comes
Was that
back.
true in the 50s as well?
It's always been true.
always been true. It's always just wanted to
There's
clarify
there's no lack of jockeys.
So-
it's sort of close shot. People are trying to do it and they don't make the grade. So
But in the 50s, from your knowledge, there was not, like in 1951, a shortage of jockeys for just 1 year.
absolutely never. I've known about
Okay,
that.
fine,
I'm quite
yeah.
keen.
Right.
Go on.
So anyway, right. So his mate says, "Look, I'm having a problem getting a jockey."
Seems odd because
this
Ricky's
is
just been
weird.
saying,
No.
he's just been saying there's not a problem.
What do you mean? So
Just because the main problem was,
Go on.
a lot of jockeys were aware of this gangster and were saying, "I'm not getting involved with this guy. The chances are I won't get paid. You know, he's a gangster. It's not worth it."
would do it if it was a gangster asking you.
You'd be scared of the consequences.
So anyway, he's saying, look, don't be coming to me with problems and that, right? I've got the horse, I want it in the race, sort it out. So they're like, oh, but boss, and he's like, don't give me any of that. Don't
Exactly.
sort it out.
They do what he says, so any jockey would do it. Go on.
So anyway, so the day before,
The big race, yeah. Left it to the last minute, okay, but
Yeah.
fine.
and he says, have you got a jockey then? They're like, yeah, but, and he's going, don't worry about it, have you got a jockey? Yeah, but, and he's like, look.
He wants
what-
to say, sure, yeah.
So,
they won't-
he's saying, has he ridden the horses before and that? He said, well, yeah, he has, but mainly, and he's like, brilliant. And he goes, yeah, but mainly in like a circus.
in the jung,
No, like in the circus and that. He'd worked with horses and stuff.
in the
apparently.
circus.
It's fine.
So he's like, that's enough. That's all I need to know.
Well, they'd be too heavy, because circus people
so-
are quite built, aren't they? They're
He said
a bit
so-
heavier than the jockey, because the jockeys are about 8.5 stone.
He said, brilliant. Get him down there and that, right? Anyway, the race happens.
He didn't want to meet him beforehand, he wasn't worried
No
about
point.
that.
Not
No,
bothered.
no.
As far as he's concerned,
It's all sorted.
he's putting his money on it and what have you. Right?
Sure.
What happened is they were trying to make him put on the jockey outfit,
Yeah.
but for some reason it didn't fit that well.
Sleeves
And that-
too
it was-
short,
it was
legs too long.
It's that sort of problem.
Okay.
So they let him, like, wear his stuff that he wore in the circus and that, because it's comfortable with that. He's happy with it. Do you know what I mean? That's what he's happy with. Anyway, race starts and what have you. This horse straight out of the trap and that, high speed, right? This jockey's got a really big grin on his face. He's loving it, right? Everyone's cheering, going, "Who is this? Who's this jockey here?"
Yeah.
It's amazing. Never seen him before, and yet look at him.
But they can see his face, clearly.
Anyway, Gangster's happy in that because he's won.
Well, I just want to say the crowd can see the jockey, can they?
What?
The crowd can, I mean, it's
Yeah, but
face
he's
not-
so fast and what have
The
you.
blur, it's a blur, it's all a blur. Rick.
He's good at it. I mean, apparently he was
Right.
close to falling off, and people were like, he's gone, he's a goner.
Right.
He's got such a good reach that he managed to grab hold of
Oh,
the...
Sure.
good reach. Oh.
And
Right,
well, they
so-
could tell he was smiling. They could tell he was smiling, but they couldn't see the detail of his face. Is that right? Just
well,
to clarify that.
He was just blur and that. and
Sure,
just
but
saw
they could
big
tell he was
teeth.
smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew he was happy.
At the end of it, do you know, like, the winner sort of rides around the crowd bit,
Yeah.
doesn't he? Sort of, show off and what have you.
Yeah,
And all the women are there, and do you know, like, women are all dolled up at these events.
sure.
They've all got big hats on.
Sometimes they got fruit on those hats.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Right.
One of the women,
In
one
the
of the
50s,
women,
particularly Carmen Miranda was very popular. Yeah.
one of the women had like you say, fruit and what have you on it,
Yeah.
a little banana.
Right. Some kind of
They're
Cuban
not real.
woman.
They're not real though. The hats. They're
not real fruit, is it?
No, of
Yeah.
course not. Never.
So
But I don't know
really
who. I thought they wore those sort of kind of Cuban
Yeah, but
entertainment shows. I didn't realise they wore them
yeah,
at
but
events.
even if it's like a big event, you might have a hat with fruit, and it's sort of joke, but it's fake fruit because it would
Yeah.
perish.
Well,
but
this jockey didn't understand that. He'd never seen false fruit.
I don't understand.
But why did the jockey suddenly? Why was he so desperate for fruit? I don't understand.
So anyway, meanwhile, the gangster's collecting his 500 quid winnings.
Yeah.
Right, he's over the moon.
Yeah.
He kicks off because of this woman with the fruit.
Yeah, I don't understand. I still don't understand why the jockey would go.
Everyone noticed. Jockey, little monkey fella.
Oh, that makes sense. If he was a monkey, that would make sense.
Yeah.
What year was this? Because I want to.
It was 1950s, and that's where the saying comes from about, like in Cockney slang, 500 quid is a monkey. He sort of put, he put a monkey on it. Right, it was this
Monkey.
this fella, right, who he had a problem with his eyes. Right.
Yeah.
So he goes to the doctors and he goes, I've got a problem with my eyes. And he goes, yeah, they're bad then, right? He goes, it was in America, like how you have to pay for medical stuff and all that. Mm. And the doctor said, if I fix them, it's going to be like 10 grand, right? Mm. He's like, but I haven't got the money, doctor. He goes, well, I can't help you then. There's a lot of people with bad eyes like them. Can't do anything for you. Mm. So he goes, oh, it's getting worse. I can't do anything. Oh. So anyway, so he goes home.
Is that the price of human eyes, is it?
So he goes home, he's looking in the paper, right, and he sort of sees in the adverts at the back, and there's a little advert there saying cheap doctors, right?
No.
Oh no.
No.
So he's thinking, maybe that's what I need, right? So he calls him up, woman's there, she's like, wait, what can I do? He goes, I've got bad eyes and that. She says, oh, come in tomorrow, we'll sort them out. She's like, brilliant, I'll see you then, right? So he goes down there, and he says, right, I can hardly see, my eyes have got in really bad state and what have you.
Right.
You need to have them sorted out. I don't know what you do, whatever you do, I need
Now,
doing.
his eyes are so bad. Can he see the doctors? He can...
Not really,
Can't
sort
really
of
see
squinting
squinting.
and that, but, you know, so he's like, do I need to see the doctor to, you know, have a word and tell him what problem? She's like, no, don't worry about that. Don't worry
No, I'd be comfortable if it's a...
just, you know, just let me inject you, and, we'll knock you out, and we'll get on with it. And it's like,
get the
well,
doctor in.
Can I just tell you something about chimps as well, just before you continue?
Go on.
You know, they don't have opposable thumbs.
Now,
which is
why
what-
are opposable thumbs useful? Rick?
Well, to grip something, to do anything like, you know, even simple stuff like writing, so let alone surgery. So without an
But
opposable
can I just
thumb-
check now?
Go on.
So if I was a doctor and I was doing any form of difficult surgery, would I need opposable thumbs?
You'd need opposable thumbs
To be a doctor,
And without
okay.
you couldn't do anything. You
Thank-
could.
thanks for clearing that up.
Because the opposable thumb allowed something in our evolution called the precision grip.
Right.
So without that, you couldn't do anything.
I'm just glad they've got that cleared up. Thanks.
So anyway, so he's had the injection, he's nodding off and what have you, right? His eyes are sort of closing and that, he hears the door open, he sort of just sees this little fella coming in, he's like, hello doctor, and he's trying to like, make a chat with it,
Sure.
but like, he's just nodding
It?
off. No,
Just
Oh,
he
he's never
or
called
she,
it doctor.
was it he or she?
These people have done 7 years medical
Deeply
training.
respected people.
How could you call it it?
So anyway, he thought, oh, it's weird he didn't answer, but you know, doctors can be quite moody, you know, they're highly intelligent, they don't need
Especially little airy ones.
well, just idle chit-chat, there's no room for that, do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm here
Yeah,
to do a job.
yeah, but you know, if I'm going in to have my eyes done, I want a little bit of idle chimp chat.
So anyway, time passes, right? He sort of wakes up and he opens his eyes, right? And it's brilliant. He can't believe it.
Eyes are perfect.
He's had the op. He can't believe the sight. He's like, nurse, right? And the nurse comes in because I can't believe it. This is brilliant. I've never had this such good sight. Do you know what I mean? Even when I was a baby,
Yeah.
and my eyes were new,
Yeah.
I didn't see this good.
Great.
So she's like, well, you know, that's
You realise the nurse is a panda.
that's what we do, right? So he said, right, so can I just see the doctor and just say thanks and that? And she's like, well, to be honest, you know, he's specialised in what he does. There's a lot of
What
work.
a load of bollocks this is getting.
Please.
Where did you get this from?
No, come on, let's hear the end of the news.
There's a lot of like operations he's got to do.
Yeah.
So you know, leave him to it. He's just having a kip. You know, I'll let him know that you were grateful. You know, pays a check. Off you go. Go and enjoy looking at stuff.
Yeah.
So he said, no, I just what's wrong with that? I just want to see that. She's
No,
like,
it's
no,
fine.
leave it. Just leave.
Yeah, exactly. Leave it. If
And
he
he's
says
like,
it's
yeah, but I can't. You know, I want to thank him. So he's done such a good thing for me. So they're getting into a bit of an argument and what have you, and the voices are raising, right? Door
I'm
opens.
going to wake the doctor up.
Well, that's what they did. They woke it up, right?
They
so,
woke it up?
So the door opens, right? Little monkey comes out,
Oh.
and he's like, "What's going on here? It's a hospital. Why is a monkey knocking about?"
Yeah.
So the woman said, "Well, what do you mean? He's the doctor." Right? So he's like, "You are having a laugh, aren't you?" She goes, "Look, don't complain. Your eyes are sorted.
Yeah.
You know, the doctor's done it. What's the problem?" He said, "Well, if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have come here." She said, "Well, what do you mean you didn't know that?" She said, "The advert in the paper you read, it's like chimp doctors."
That is the biggest load of shit I've ever heard. That really is the worst.
What? And because his eyes were so bad, he thought it said cheap doctors.
He saw the advert and it said chimp doctors, but because his eyes were bad, he just saw it.
What
as-
journal is this in?
It was years ago because it sort of says how the monkey sort of carried on working for a few years. He couldn't do anything
Then
about
just
it. He had to
retired to
leave
play
it.
golf.
It's absolute bollocks.
It's
There's
abs-
no way. I mean, it's not even worth talking about.
So-
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It's the most ridiculous monkey news you've ever heard, and that's saying something.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news, you little round-headed...
Right, years ago, people only drank water, didn't they?
How long ago are we talking?
Going back a bit,
Okay.
and it was just the norm. Everybody was happy with that. It was kind of like, you know, what, you're thirsty, have some water. It was just what you did. And it was more of...
Well, no, not only water.
No, it was. It was kind of like...
They drank milk at birth, didn't
yeah, as a baby.
Mm.
But then you don't have that when you're older. What I mean is more now, as we've discussed, is more of everything.
they?
So
I thought there was fruit juices in.
yeah, but what
Stuff.
I mean, when people were thirsty, it was like, well, have water. They didn't go, oh, what do you want? Do you want this? Do you want that? I'm just saying they had
Yeah.
it for a purpose as opposed to something for the taste buds.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this town, right? It was in the middle of nowhere somewhere.
It's the detail that makes the story, isn't it? The pinpoint accuracy of detail. So it was a while ago, and it was in a town somewhere. Brilliant.
In the middle of nowhere.
And what used to happen is barrels used to appear, right? These sort of, do you know, like how they have wooden barrels, that beer and that comes in?
Right.
One of those used to just be in this village, and everyone who lived there was used to this sort of drink that used to crop up, right? Well, because they were used to it, they didn't question it. It was kind of like, yeah, it's what happens if you live here.
Sorry, so I don't understand. So what's in the barrel? It's a barrel in the town square.
Well, it's this drink.
And so it's not water.
It's not water.
It's a mysterious other drink.
Well, I'll tell you now. It's like a fruit drink.
Okay.
And back then, I mean, I speak to my mum, and she didn't have a banana till she met me dad, and they were made up of fruit.
Sorry, is that some euphemism?
I don't know what that means.
No, but what I mean is
he came a calling with a banana, with a bunch of bananas and some flowers.
No, but what I'm saying is, it was like a fruit drink, and for years and years, people didn't drink fruit. It was an eating thing. Do you know what I mean? It was an eating thing.
It was eaten?
Yeah,
what,
it was you're thirsty, have some water. What, you're hungry, have a banana, have an orange.
Sure, but the idea of combining the two, crazy.
They never used them in that way. So anyway.
So a mysterious fruit-based drink is turning up mysteriously in this town for years. No one questions it. No one thinks.
Yeah, just because it's in that area. I'm sure, like in
Here
the
come
same.
the lilt man.
No, but in the same way that in Scotland they'll have fried Mars bars and that.
Yeah.
They don't bat an eyelid at that. Yet when we go there.
Well, no. They didn't appear mysteriously. Did
They didn't just appear one day.
I assume they go to the newsagents and take it home and pop it in some batter.
But what I'm saying is they don't think anything's odd about that. But as time goes on, people have started travelling more, haven't they?
Ooh.
And
You have.
visitors sort of came in to the town. And they were saying, "Oh, I'm a bit thirsty. Have you got any water?" And they were like, "I don't have water. Have some of that in that barrel." And they were like, "What's that?" And they go, "Oh, it's a drink." So they had it, and it was really like refreshing. They were like, "What is this?" And they said, "Don't really know. It just crops up."
Of course they did.
No.
It's what
No.
it's what you get if you live here. It's part of living here.
Right.
So they were like, "Brilliant. Do you sell this?" And no, they don't just sell it. We don't even know where it comes from. Just have some whilst you're here.
Don't even know where it comes from.
No.
So the thing
Bollocks.
is, this helped the town out.
That's
because
before the monkey appears. This shit.
Yeah.
So all these people are enjoying the drink. Word gets out, and it went on for a couple of years, but they say it travels fast, doesn't it? If it's good news, it travels. If it's good news or bad news, it travels fast.
Yeah.
So
But,
news travels fast.
Yeah, just news. Yeah, news does. So anyway, so some
Fucking
business.
monkey news doesn't. This has taken half an hour.
So some big business fella who was on holiday
Oh.
in.
Any specifics?
He was from Chicago,
Right.
Oh,
and
interesting.
he
How
flew
tall
in.
was he?
Hold on, though. So, this is after Chicago was founded.
Right.
Yeah, Chicago's knocking about.
Oh, they had loads of drinks then.
Yeah,
they had
alcoholic.
coffee,
tea,
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 alcohol.
yeah, they had every drink under the sun.
Yeah, but not like
Every drink under the sun.
Not like-
Apple juice, grape
No,
juice,
they didn't.
ciders, wines. Yeah.
So he came
Oh,
in.
Chicago was founded. Then,
he came
yeah,
in.
probably
and,
19th century. Oh, there's loads of shit about.
and he was saying, "This drink you've got here, he said, it's good stuff, you know." He said, "Whose is it?" And they said, "Well, it just appears and what have you." And they said, "Well, that's a bit odd." So anyway, he got a bit annoyed with it because he wanted to take it back with him to Chicago. He knew there was an audience for this.
Well, yeah, because they got bored of tea, coffee, all the other drinks that were available.
drinks and that, yeah.
So he waited
Mead.
at
They've
night,
been around for years.
waited behind a truck.
A truck. Oh, so it's,
So we're in the motorised age.
Oh, so at least 1890 something. I'd have thought that.
And he saw this little fella bring the barrel out.
How little was the
It's
fella?
hard to tell in the dark, and they were quite far away. And the barrels, you know, it's you know what I mean, it's hard to work out.
He was short. His arms were long.
So they followed him in, right, and saw what was going on,
Okay.
like how it was being made, and they said, "You know what, we can have a go at making this ourselves." And what happened in the end? They tried to imitate it in Chicago. There was a orangey tang, right?
It was made by an orangutan, wasn't it?
And do you know grapefruit juice? They had like ape fruit juice that they were good at crushing the fruit with the feet and what have you. And that's how them two.
So it was great ape fruit drink.
Yeah.
Which probably got abbreviated over time.
Ape fruit juice.
No, it was great ape fruit drink. It was because it tasted great.
That is a load of shit, Karl.
Right. Do you know in the first podcast that we did, we chatted about the monkey that went into space and stuff. So where we left
So
it,
haven't you got a real new monkey news?
well, it's an update, isn't it? I mean,
Is
all
it new? Has
No,
it happened Has it happened since podcast 1?
I have to pick Ricky up on the point that he thinks any of the monkey news we've heard A, happened, and B, happened recently. It almost always happened in olden times, or ages ago.
Oh, you're right. It never happened.
Right, anyway, so like I say, the first monkey news, it was about this monkey that went into space.
This was the one that was fed by bananas that came out of a little chute on the spacecraft.
Yeah, it went up there, did a really good job. It was taught how to press the buttons, hit the left button for a banana, you know.
Right button to
go right.
whatever, make history and go
Go
to
right and
space.
stuff. Right,
What do I want? Not more banana. You haven't taken off yet? More banana. Oh, we shouldn't have given him a choice of banana or a change history. We should have the right button. We should have fed him before he went and only had a right button. He's at the left button again. He's just eating bananas up there. What's going on? It's
costing us a fortune!
Hey, little fucker. Press the right button and do something. Oh, bananas. Hey, you hit the left button again, the little fucker.
so anyway, yeah, I told you, he went up there, he came back, he could never get that
The high, exactly,
again.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He tried other things. I think he tried to get a band together and that. Right, so anyway, there was loads of monkeys that were signed up to this NASA program, and it was 1961 when this little monkey called Ham, that was his name, so a bit of an update, that's the same one as I talked about, his
Right.
name was Ham. As well as him, there was one called Enos, he went round the world loads of times. So anyway, what I've found out about it since then, Ham went up there, did the left-right business with the bananas. Enos, they didn't put as much work into the trip when he went up there, and something went wrong with the machinery. And do you know how you get a banana for the left button and all that?
It's official now. There's 2 buttons in this spaceship. Banana dispenser and everything else. The right button is everything else.
But it worked the other way. The machinery went weird,
Oh no, really?
so it meant that the right button would give him a banana.
Right.
The left button did everything else.
Oh no.
How does
So
that, how
what-
does
so
that
what
happen,
had been
though?
taught-
What? Oh,
This is the problem with electronics, isn't it?
well, no, I don't think
No,
that is.
apparently this is the problem.
But the good I mean, honestly, look it up if you want. This is all online, by the
So
way.
what happened when it all went haywire? What occurred?
Look, Carl, this is online and it's bollocks.
Luckily, Enos, because he'd done a few trips,
Right, he
so he was like,
experienced.
well, I know this isn't right. As much as I love bananas, this isn't right.
That was his thinking, of course it was.
So anyway, so he came back. They were all like over the moon with him.
He
you
said,
know,
I
going,
can't work with these conditions.
good mission and everything. Well done on working it out. He sorted all that out. It moved on a few years. Armstrong's gone up there. Buzz and that other fella. They've been up there. The monkeys aren't needed anymore. But they were like, we've got all these monkeys who have done NASA training. What are we going to do with them all? And they had to raise £14 million to make them like an old sort of chimps home for retired
Retired NASA-trained monkeys.
chimpanauts. Something they've got in there is like a little museum, right, of all the missions and that they've been on, so they can sort of, even though they're not going to be going into space again, they can almost relive it and reminisce of the times that they've had. And
They're reminiscing with each other, are they?
just sort of going,
chatting
oh,
about the
remember
old
that time when it all went wrong, the button became the left when it should have
Yeah.
been the right and all the rest of
Yeah.
it. They just, you know, sort of
about old times,
talking
yeah.
about old times and what have you, like old people like to do.
Sure.
And yeah, that's it. So if you want to like give some money towards their home, you can go to like savethechimps.org, and it's all there. All that information that I've given you, it's all there. You can. sort
I'd
of
be
help them out.
surprised if all the information you've given us is there.
It's all there.
I'd be very surprised.
It's all there. Just retired, you know, monkeys and that who've done the bit.
Perhaps we should retire Monkey News to that same place.
That's what I mean. So, you know, I hope you've enjoyed the monkey news and that. That was the last one. Look after the monkeys. Do your bit, because they've done their bit. That's it, yeah. But just because I'm not giving the news, look it up. Do you know what I mean? It's all out there. Don't be ignorant.